And we are coming down in 3, 2, 1.
They're getting sports with drunk on. I'm your host is Cupcake the Riddler, and I'm joined by Sheen Washable.
Nope.
The Rat of a Red Baron.
Hmm.
The Match Chris Massey.
And Kenny the Rat.
He called himself Kenny.
Actually,
Sunkist the Rat.
I do enjoy the rat a lot. It's really grown on me. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Because you're a rat.
I know. And according to Kyle, I'm cheap too, which is unbelievable.
Cheap rat. Fuck.
Unbelievably true, or
Oh, just unbelievable. True, false. It's just unbelievable.
Did you buy your own beer today?
Kyle, I did.
Or did someone else buy it for you?
Nope. I've bought my own beer for a while.
I don't believe that.
Well, I've had to, Kyle. I haven't had the option to milk off the teats of you guys. But I was trying to explain to Kyle that it's not because I'm cheap. It's just I hate waste. And I see those poor beers sitting lonely in the fridge for weeks and weeks.
It's out of the goodness of your heart.
And I just feel so bad for them. So that's why.
Out of the goodness of your heart.
Right.
But they don't like you.
Well, that's not for them to decide.
I don't know what that means.
so Kendall's basically just like raping beers.
More or less.
All right. Well, now that we've tried that uncomfortable territory, how's everybody doing this week?
Terrible.
I'm all right.
All right. Good talk, guys.
Yeah, we let the guy
I'm
just
waiting
die
for-
out there.
I'm just waiting for death to impede.
I'm just kind of over having to wear a mask.
Yeah.
Just kind of over
Everything.
this. Yeah. Pretty terrible.
Not great.
It's
Been
been
looking at applying for jobs in like Canada
Bye.
just to start over.
Just
Hey,
start fresh.
there's some Tim Hortons up there.
That place
There's
is
a Burger King for when Kyle comes to visit. There's no trains, which is great.
there's a
They
couple.
don't believe in trains.
Couple here and
Trains
there.
are stupid. Nah, trains are stupid.
Listen, anyone who listens to our show knows that trains are useless.
Let me tell you something. Canada has quite the amount of rivers and lakes in it. A lot of boat action going on.
Trains became obsolete at least 100 years ago.
Kendall, can I tell you something?
Yes.
When you cross a plane and a boat, what do you get?
A flying
Seaplane.
boat?
A seaplane. When you cross a train and a boat, what do you get? Nothing.
A crash.
What do you get when you cross a train and a plane? Nothing.
And that's all the logic you need.
You can't land a train on the water, but you can fly a boat.
I like to play a song from.
That just hurt my head to think about.
Blimps are just boats in the sky.
That's fair.
They're propellers. They have a cabin.
I tell you what, when was the last time anyone saw a blimp?
Today.
Really?
Yeah, I have a model Goodyear blimp that I fly around sometimes. I mean, it's a blimp. I also
That's
saw
fair.
a blimp. I also saw a closed down Blimpies. Does that count?
No.
Well,
That-
they're all closed.
That absolutely counts.
That's not true. There's one. There's one that's still open, and you can still get all the mayonnaise that you want.
Bring souls.
Nah. Hey.
If somebody can get it right on the dot, something will happen. I don't know. How many blimps are there actually active around in the world right now?
Does that include the unmanned blimps that fly in stadiums?
Let's see.
Did you really look this up?
Yeah.
Kyle, this is imperative to our show. There's not much sports happening. We need to bet on something.
Yeah, Massey's just a less attractive Penelope Garcia.
I'll take it.
But he's a more attractive train because trains are stupid. Who's doing Lamaze into the mic?
If I had to guess,
Kyle.
What am I doing?
Breathing, like, into the microphone.
My phone's on my chair.
Yeah, but the microphone part that's on the headphones is in your mouth.
Yes.
I don't have headphones on.
Yes, it technically includes that.
All right, I'm going to go with 42.
you know it's incredible. I was going to say 47.
You still can.
I know, but I just thought it was incredible that we were kind of on the same page there.
So are you saying 47?
47.
Mock and I are on the same page. Finger point guns.
Bang, bang, baby.
Bang,
Kyle?
bang.
Hey, Kendall, you want to do the mock route and go in the middle?
Well, I was going to say 44, but I'm not going to do that now because I'm not going to be the middle guy.
It's a good strategy.
I'll be the middle guy. 44.
All right. 31.
Kendall
45.
Kendall is the closest.
Suck it, mock.
There are between 22 and 25 blimps left in the world.
According to who?
About 3 different websites. I just double checked that.
What are the websites?
Blimpopedia.
Blimp.com.
Is one of them Forbes magazine?
No.
Then I don't trust it.
One is Van Wagner Aerial. One is.
Well, if
Aura,
Van Wagner said it.
That's a website I contribute to.
and one is Wikipedia.
It looks like all the blimps that are left are pretty much MetLife blimps.
Yes.
Snatched
Which
them
means
all
they
up.
all have Snoopy on them, which
Yes.
is what I'm talking about.
And then Goodyear has 3 blimps left that are active.
Paul, I don't know if you know this, but before you came on, Kyle was telling us how ridiculous of a concept Snoopy is and that he hates him.
Yeah, well, I mean, anybody who drinks a less impressive Sprite like Mountain Dew would not be able to comprehend the culture that is peanuts.
Like he said like that Charlie Brown sucks. I couldn't believe
Yeah,
it.
well, that's why.
Spider-Man.
No, well, Mountain Dew. Like, what are we talking about here? It's a citrus soda. Like, what does that even mean? Like, grapefruit's a citrus. Does it taste like grapefruit? No, you're a lemon lime soda.
So here's a question: what's better, Mountain Dew or 7-Up?
7-Up.
Diet 7-Up.
Is there a 7-Up Zero? Because if there is that.
No, that's 7-Up is like as a polar product.
Oh.
The Zero belongs to Coca-Cola, and then it's the what is it, like Pepsi Max or something like that?
Pepsi One or
Max.
something like that. Yeah.
Just 7-Up
no,
Light.
Pepsi One is like 10 years old and doesn't exist anymore. That's in the Crystal Pepsi box of ideas. Right where
So
orange,
toast of excellence.
right where vanilla orange Coke belongs.
Not even Toast of Excellence. We need starting lineups.
Oh yeah. Kyle.
I'll go first. I had a really cool beer from Firefly that was a stout, but for reasons I'm not going to get into that most people on the show know, I couldn't drink it where I was before, and now I'm in the car, and
So
the
you
beer's
can't.
in Kyle's room.
Oh, rip.
Kyle
So-
deliver it.
Yeah, we're gonna take a quick break. Kyle gonna deliver the beer.
No, he won't do that because I had to go out to the store and buy him his beer while he sat home. And then when I got home, I asked him if he'd go down to the car and get it while I ran to the pharmacy, and I still had to bring it up. I
So
even
Kyle,
got him
you're
cold
sitting
beer.
here calling Kendall a cheap rat.
I'm paying him for it.
No, Kyle's just a lazy rat. There's a difference.
Yeah, Kendall's never bought me anything.
Ooh, yikes. I feel like
You owe me a house.
I do
You
owe
me
you a house. I
Yeah,
bought you
well,
some nice things.
Y'all cost $3.
I remember I bought Kendall that cool Coors Light sign that I think is still leaning against his wall.
No,
Hey, Kendall,
no.
guess what I did the other day at the storage unit?
What?
I threw away the Jaws poster.
Oh no, really?
Nah, I didn't do that. I'm gonna make you and Kyle fight over it one more time.
Paul, you could just give it to me.
It's a Nadagasser at Captain Quint from the Jaws. It's a cutout where you put your face in it. And take a picture.
I'd like to turn it into a trading card.
It's a big trading card, but yeah, you got it.
All right, so Kendall.
All right. From Cisco Brewers, established in Nantucket in 1995. Whale's Tail Pale Ale.
Oh, gross.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Kyle, if you can reach it, could you tell them what I would be drinking?
I'm delivering it.
Don't let Samantha's in the living room. We can't let her see it.
He'll take the elevator.
You joke about the elevator, but Kyle has that weird little closet that he can sneak through to get to the front door.
That is true.
What?
So Kyle's house, when you walk in the front door, you would go down through the living room. You take a right turn to go down a hallway where there's some bedrooms. Take another right turn to go down the hallway where there's a bathroom, and then take another right turn, and then it's a dead end and where Kyle's bedroom is. So you essentially have just made a giant square.
Yeah.
You're almost at the front door, except there's a wall there. Well, that wall is a closet that has a door on both sides. You can walk right through the closet back in the living room.
It is an awesome feature.
Also, Kyle told me that like Indians used to live in the house before him, and I found out that it was a 92-year-old Italian man. So
They're like
Kyle,
the same thing.
I think Kyle has a totally different understanding of some words that we've used before.
Should we do getting sports with drunk vocabulary?
So not only did Kyle deliver it, but he brought it out covered in a sweater.
Wow.
Oh, thanks, guy. Kyle, you want to say hi to the fans?
Hello, everyone.
Hey, there's so.
Oh,
Hey,
I love
what's
that
the
guy.
You're not sitting in the car with me. Oh. All right, well, while Kyle's doing that, I'll do my toast of excellence, or my starting lineup. I'm drinking Toadstool Oat Stout from Firefly Hollow Brewing Company. And I don't know if you guys remember the books that we used to read when we were kids that had the two frogs on them.
Frog and Toad?
Yeah, it looks just like the Toad. It's just Toad. It's exactly Toad.
That's
He's
cool.
wearing that.
I hope it was made with toads.
Ugh.
Oh no, it was made with toadstool.
Ooh.
Hey, so Paul, where is that from?
It's from Firefly Hollow Brewing in Bristol, Connecticut.
You know,
They're known for making the very popular Connecticut beer Cone Flakes.
Hey, Melvin.
I looked at a house when we were looking at houses, like right down the street from there, and that was almost the selling point.
Just having a brewery right there.
Yeah, it would have been super close. And
Mark, what
Bristol
would
was so far out of the way of everything.
Yeah, I like this place, Marissa. It's so far from everything. Yeah, not from beer though.
It was literally like within walking distance.
I'm really glad that you don't live near a brewery because I would really hate to hear about like how that brewery is the best brewery in the world all the time.
Yeah, I'd become a real homer.
Oh no, you wouldn't become a homer. You'd become a super fan.
Yeah,
I am Cornholio. And I'm a...
Mark, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking my last Budweiser.
You'd have to go out and get more.
Yeah.
Chris Massey, the Mass. Chris Massey.
Let's see. From the Snapple Beverage Corp in Plato, Texas, I am drinking lemon Snapple.
You know, Mass, you're a real piece of shit.
It's Snapple Apple or bust, fam.
No, I like the peach one, man.
Peach is right up there with mango. Terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, you're just a terrible...
Honestly, whichever one gives me kidney stones first is where I'm at.
All right.
So there's that. All right, toast of excellence.
Well, hold the fuck on. I am drinking Dogs and Boats from the Beard Brewing Company in Southington, Connecticut.
Good
Nice.
brewery.
Yeah, now you can go fuck yourself.
All right, toast of excellence.
Mine's a toast of silence to Massey.
For just being an idiot.
No, 'cause I'm gonna kill him.
All right.
So
I'd like to give a toast.
go ahead.
Bill Murray and Guy Fieri announced today that they're going to do a televised nacho eating competition.
Oh,
That's
man.
awesome. I will be tuning in for that.
I also would like to do a toast of excellence to John Krasinski's some good news network thing that he's been doing. Because recently, two fans of The Office got engaged via the way Jim and Pam did on The Office. So he became an ordained minister to marry them on the Zoom chat and had all the members of The Office on us do the dance from the wedding episode.
That's fucking amazing.
Yeah,
You know-
everybody except Stanley, which makes sense.
You know,
That
I
guy was too busy doing Honey Nut Cheerios commercials.
He's busy watching hentai.
Vicky.
Oh my god.
Well, remember the deleted scene?
Yeah, I know, but that was just funny.
Anybody else have a toast of excellence?
Yes, my toast, which I really hope this comes full circle and happens, but it's to Mike Tyson, who might be making his boxing comeback.
There is no maybe. He announced today he's coming back.
I know, like, he put the thing out saying I'm back and everything, but I haven't seen that the fight is announced, and I want to watch that, so I hope he bites another ear off.
And gets rebanned from Vegas again.
But
That'd be funny.
Mike Tyson. Yep,
Bless you.
Kyle
I
gets
gotta
it.
tell you, I've been on so many blimp websites in the past 10 minutes. It's absurd. Now I'm currently researching Zeppelins.
I do love rigid dirigibles.
It says they estimate that there's only 25 to 30 blimps in the world and even fewer Zeppelins. I don't know how they can't have an exact number of Zeppelins just like the size of 8 blimps.
How do they not know how many blimps? I don't understand. They've got to be registered.
But
I don't
across
know,
the
man.
world.
Here's the thing. How many people do you know that could fly a blimp?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know one guy that claims he can fly a plane. And I know one guy that plays train simulator in his bed.
Doesn't work anymore. The operating system doesn't work.
So
need
does
to buy
anybody else
you
have
a
a
new
toast of
laptop.
excellence, or can I crack this beer
I do.
hand delivered?
I do. Real
Go
quick.
ahead.
The players union and owners sat down. It looks like there's a plan in place for hopefully Major League Baseball to start in July, hopefully. So that's my toast to that.
I'd like to talk about that more later.
No, baseball's canceled. Everyone knows it.
All right, I'm opening my beer.
So this isn't necessarily a toast of excellence, just something I saw on Reddit the other day that I figured would be fun to talk about.
You read it on
This
Reddit?
show. Yeah. These are a list of things that were invented after Frank Gore was drafted by the 49ers in 2005.
Hey, real quick, before you do that, Kyle, can you come get the rest of these and bring them upstairs?
No.
All right. Reddit, Twitter, BuzzFeed, PlayStation 3, Windows Vista, the first Nintendo Wii, the first iPhone, Hulu, the Large Hadron Collider, Bitcoin, Instagram, and Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans as of April 21st, 2020. Which
And COVID-19.
and COVID-19. But
Look, there's a much simpler way to sum it up. Okay, Frank Gore has an 18-year-old son, and he's played for 16 years of his life.
not only that, he is starting at Southern Miss this year. Frank Gore has they have a chance to become the first father-son duo in the league, which would be fucking amazing.
It would be cool,
But
but
they're gonna need a family member because it's the only way you're gonna carry his dead body off the field. Nobody else is gonna go near that monster in his fucking pants.
the guy's still producing too.
Yeah, semen.
Just by the bucket.
Who is he with now? Is he with the Jets?
Yes.
Look, Frank Gore is one of those people that whatever team he's on, I hope they win 8 games because that means that he probably rushed for 1,000 yards.
Yeah.
Will Frank Gore make it into the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, Kyle, did you have a toast?
Nah.
Okay.
Okay.
I just wanted to ask.
All right, so Mark, you want to do your segment?
Yeah.
Good, 'cause I don't remember what it was. I was thinking all day about what it was, and I refused to go back and listen to it. However, I did go back and listen to the podcast to prove that Kyle drank Larry's beers and that I didn't drink them.
That's hilarious. Okay, so last week I believe we did basketball. This week we'll do hockey, and it's just any like all-time sports or hockey moment that you wish you could have been there live.
Are we going to do the same thing, like one sport bias, like one team bias and one non?
Sure.
Okay. Matthew
Kyle,
has to
lead
go
us off.
first. Oh,
All right, Matthew,
Nope.
go ahead.
Nope, it's your segment. You said your segment. Kyle, go first.
This is the second week. You got to keep this going. Or he says my name, but somebody else goes.
Kyle, go.
I would like if somebody else went, but I'll go. Because I have to think about it.
Look, Kyle, everyone knows it's going to be Miracle.
No, that's my father's.
You tell me that? Does he cry every time that movie's on? Is that the story?
No,
Eddie.
Eddie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Rooney.
I don't know. I don't think there's like any Penguin moments that are like. Probably when they won the Stanley Cup. I wish I was there when we were in Pittsburgh. Because they won that night.
We were there.
Yeah, but like, we were like partying with everybody.
Well, we were dead from dehydration.
Was it that one, or was it when you smoke a lot of cigarettes?
No, that was a Steelers game.
No.
The Stanley Cup Finals are in June, so it had to be the Pirates game. Unless it was one of those
I guess.
weird June Steelers games you drag us to.
Yeah.
The preseason.
Where Ben plays with himself for 40 minutes.
So I guess it would have been that one where we could have been at that game and seen it happen. And then non-biased is when Charlie Conway.
Fucking idiot. You're such an idiot.
I
Kyle.
know.
I knew you were gonna say something Mighty Ducks related.
Is that or when Gordon Hayward scored the game-winning goal against the Sharks?
Man, that movie's trash.
Nobody caught that. Huh?
I caught it,
Gordon
Kyle.
Hayward,
Kyle,
Kyle,
I
we
heard
got
you
it.
say
All right, so
Gordon Hayward score against
my
the
biased
Sharks.
one is going to be I wish I was in TD Garden in Boston when the Blackhawks did the 2 goals in 17 seconds. Would have loved to have seen a lot of stunned fans. Would have been pretty cool. Pretty cool. And then for my non-Chicago Blackhawk moment, I would have wanted to be in the stadium when hold on, I have a blank on the other team. Gotta go to Google. When the I wish I could have been in the stadium in 1997 when the Colorado Avalanche and Red Wings had that like massive team-on-team brawl where everybody was bleeding all over the ice.
I think I would also like to have been there when Ovi won. I think that's my other one.
Fuck you, Kyle.
Yeah, you.
I mean, you guys could have went together.
Yeah, friends, man. You guys got to be friends. Why can't you guys do things together? You
I don't want to be with
folks. Wow, that was racist.
I guess like you could have that one, and I'll think of another one.
You guys had
Why are you thinking of three?
I don't. I didn't
the
have
first,
one.
The first one he said was a Mighty Ducks thing, which is a fictional movie.
I know, that's good enough.
Kendall?
Not good.
I feel bad because I was going to do the 17 seconds as well, but I feel like that's me copping out after you said it.
Well, it's me all the time, so it's okay.
Oh wow, thanks, friend.
Kyle's on a fucking roll
I mean,
tonight.
you can still do it, Kendall. It's like you're still we're a fan of the same team, so it's like there's going to be like things like that would happen.
Yeah. So I guess it would be that, and then I think the moment,
Yeah.
and I think the moment non-biased would be the day that Carolina had their first game after leaving Hartford. What a great moment that was for that fan base. I think I'd like to have been there for that.
Wow.
Really just stick
dark.
it to those Whalers fans.
That was aggressive.
Yeah, you know why? Because people are overly nostalgic about the Whalers, and it makes no sense, and it bothers me.
Pro team, you jackass.
Kyle, it doesn't matter. They
That's not true. We have the Connecticut Sun.
yeah, take that.
We
Enjoy
also
your
have the
cheeseburger in
professional
paradise.
lacrosse team.
Another one.
The Black Wolves.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mohegan Black Wolves.
Yay.
We also have the professional porn team, Mohegan Black. Never mind. So, Mock, do you have one?
So I'm at an impasse here. So non-bias, I guess would be to just kind of watch Wayne Gretzky in his prime.
Just any game.
Yeah, just pretty much anything. For when he was at like
His peak, so like his whole career.
Yeah, I was gonna say so from the minute that he laced him up to the minute he didn't.
Yeah. Well, so now I'm trying to figure because what? I don't follow much hockey, but I mean for a while.
No.
You come on.
I tell you, Paul, you missed my window because there was a good 3 years where I did, but
And he loved
No,
Chara.
you followed the Bruins.
I followed the Bruins. But
And then for 5 months after that, you followed where they all went, and then you stopped caring because you realized you couldn't watch them anymore.
well, yeah, they traded all my guys away, and that was a real bummer. All right, so which team do you want me to do this for?
I want you to do it for the Ottawa Senators.
All right, I wish I was there to watch. I can't name a guy on that team.
Make one up.
Yeah. Nikolai. No, the bias one is tough because I don't really have a locked in hockey team. I guess it would be the Rangers kind of by default. So we'll say I wish I could have watched Mike Richter's retirement game. That guy played
Okay.
for a long time. He was pretty
All
good.
right. Chris?
So mine would have been Game 7 of the Women's Stanley Cup, and non-biased would have been to obviously have seen Open because they held the battle for it.
So I'm pretty sure that the night that the Blues won the Stanley Cup was the same night I fell asleep outside at my hotel room in Mansfield.
So why did you?
They're not related, but I think it was the same
Why
night.
did you fall asleep outside that?
All right, so
Patio
Different
Buds.
story.
it was my last night there, and the whole team I was working with, we all went out for dinner, and there was a good 30, 35 people, and the boss of the project was like, listen, I'm going to put everything on my company credit card, which set off the green light in my head, meaning they're not accounting for what anyone is having. So I did some damage at the bar. And then when I got back to my room...
He called me.
Well, when I got back to my room, I realized that I still had 6 beers out of my 12-pack left. So I went ahead and set up my chair outside and was watching the game. And then drank said beers, and then I woke up outside.
Isn't that the best?
Well done.
It's just kind of how it went.
This makes me want to go on a work retreat and just drink beers outside.
Yeah. All right. Very good.
We'll see you guys next week.
Sorry, I had to put the dog upstairs.
Did Did you touch his butt?
No, he was about to start barking.
That's fair. All right, Kyle, what do you got?
What do you got?
I got 5 on it.
Beer?
Boom, boom,
Boo. Boo.
boom, boom.
Boo.
I was wondering how long you guys were going to go.
Boom, boom.
But
Are we doing starting? We wait to a new hour.
He's Mr. Heat Miser. He's Mr. Sun.
Ba-dum,
Oh,
ba-dum.
sorry.
all right, we're gonna take a quick break and see you guys.
Ooh, I like this Tua or Burrow. Who do you got? And it's a picture of Maui from Mona and then Macaulay Culkin. That's very funny.
Should we get into the Mount Rushmores?
Yeah, we can do whatever you want, man.
All right.
It's Kyle's show. Whatever makes him happy.
Nah.
Kyle, would you like to? Kyle?
Kyle,
Mock.
Kyle.
Paul.
Massey.
Kyle, do you want to tell us kind of this came to be?
What?
Do you want to tell us how this segment kind of came to be?
We just kind of thought about it.
God, well, yeah. Just the storyteller. So Kyle pitched an idea to the group, and it was a good idea, and it's something we may look at doing down the road, where he wanted to do a Mount Rushmore of every MLB team, kind of like in the past 20 years since we've been watching baseball or so, and looking to kind of. Some discussion came to it, well, could we do it for all teams? Is it going to be too boring, too long? So then kind of as a group effort, do some great ideas from Kyle, Paul, Mark, Massey. We broke it up into doing more fun segments for Mount Rushmores, which we're going to give you today. In the Cliff Notes version.
Massey didn't respond during all those texts.
Yeah, does he even know what segment he has? Like, what things
today,
he has?
yes.
Not till today or not till right now?
No, as of like 4:00 today.
Which is
in the ball kid.
Because the Canada Dry Chat's basically active 5 days out of 7 days a week.
Yeah.
Right.
So, what did you think of the images that I sent the other day?
Oh, so I kept the rat and I deleted both eyes. So they don't exist in my chat anymore, but they exist in yours.
They were terrifying.
I tell you what, there was a couple other ones that I almost sent, but even I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I didn't really appreciate that. But the rat was funny.
We'll have Massey go first, I guess.
Okay.
Which one did you have?
I had 4 of them, Kyle.
Yeah, which one did you have for basketball?
I had top
Best
NBA
Sloppy
dunks,
Joe.
for the NBA Slam Dunk Contest.
What'd you have?
The NBA Slam Dunk Contest.
No, that wasn't what it was. It was best individual dunks from contests.
Okay, individual dunks from the NBA Dunk Contest. All right.
Yeah, all right. Well, I'm just saying, if you're gonna fuck it up right.
So I put on there Aaron Gordon's over the mascot slam dunk from 2016. I put Michael Jordan's kiss the rim dunk from what year is this? 87.
That's so funny.
Why?
That's not that.
Oh.
The mayonnaise. Sorry.
Oh Jesus Christ! I put Spud Webb from the Atlanta Hawks from '86.
What, him just being there?
Huh?
Like him just being there?
No.
What did he do?
Like, do you want me to pull up the videos for it?
I do have a quick question, not to interrupt. Were we hanging on to the since 2000 thing?
Yeah, I think that was supposed to be part of it.
Was it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was in the direction.
Don't change yours, but I wanted to make sure because I would change mine if I had to.
No, well,
It's all right, Matt.
real quick.
It's
No,
all right,
it's
Matt.
fine. It's fine.
I read back far enough where it said what mine were, and I was like, all right, I'm going to do research on this.
What?
And then Vince Carter's dunk from 2000.
Which one?
360 dunk. The 360 windmill.
All right. Acceptable answers also would have been just all of Vince Carter's dunks.
I didn't want to be a homer, but so much Vince Carter on it.
What do you mean a homer? You're barely a Raptors fan.
But
Hey,
I
he
love
was there for the
Raptors.
title.
No, he was there for Kawhi. Which was bullshit, by the way.
All right.
I'll do my NBA one.
All right.
Mine was for the best hairstyle in the NBA since 2000.
Mm-hmm.
In no particular order, I have the Ben Wallace afro,
Nice. Good pick,
the,
Mark.
the Birdman mohawk,
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good one.
pretty much anything Jeremy Lin. And the fourth one, I put LeBron James's hairline.
How it's gotten better.
It's kind of changes season to season.
Depends how much sunlight he gets.
Yeah, he's very photosynthetic.
Does anybody
That's
have
not a word.
any other submissions that they think should be in there?
So I did have a couple of like honorable mentions.
All right.
I had Allen Iverson's cornrows.
You mean the ones where his mom did it mid-game?
Yes. What now? Did Melo also have that at one point
Cornrows? Yeah, he had him in Denver.
in Denver? There was another one that I had. I was gonna just put bald Shaq.
I was going to say bald Jason Kidd.
Nah.
Better than his hair.
Oh, the other honorable mention, and I meant because I couldn't remember the fourth one, so I put the LeBron James one. It was the Steven Adams long hair and mustache. That replaces LeBron.
That is funny when you really break it down and think about it.
I tell you, I saw a picture the other day of when Steven Adams first came into the league, and then now, and it's hilarious.
I saw that. It's like a totally different person.
You mean like when James Harden didn't have a beard?
Also, like a terrifying picture.
Oh man, Kyle, what do you got?
I had ugliest jump shots. Shawn Marion. You guys all seen his, right?
Isn't he like
many times.
cocks it to the right, or am I thinking of somebody else?
Somebody else. He just kind of like, okay.
Like that, just like that. Somebody else.
Just completely dismissed.
Yeah.
All right, who else?
You idiot.
Michael Kidd. If you look at his jump shot formation, his elbow's very in. Which means why he can't really shoot. Dikembe Mutombo, it's more of a pass than it is a shot.
No.
And then Joakim Noah.
He had the worst jump shot I've ever seen. Pretty good from the free throw line, though.
These are all pretty rough.
Joakim Noah was like he was setting up for a chest pass.
Yeah.
Saw a video of like a kid making fun of him.
I think the worst one of all of them, though, is Michael Kidd Gilchrist.
Why? Because everybody else could actually sink shots with it, and he couldn't.
Exactly.
I mean, Lonzo
Right.
also has a pretty ugly jump shot.
Yeah. But
He kind of changed it a little. Paul, what do you got?
Oh, I don't have any. I signed him.
Oh, Kendall, what do you got?
For NBA, I had perimeter defenders.
Boo! You would pick the weak one.
Is it a weak one? I was excited.
Shut up.
On my Mount Rushmore, I have Kobe Bryant, Kawhi Leonard, Ron Artest, And just because it's a guy who's just always been good at like everything he does, I put LeBron James on there as well.
Homer.
Perhaps.
It's also a meta world peace to you.
Well, when he was winning the awards, it was Ron Artest.
Kendall or Kyle, I'd like to hear what you have to say about this.
You said the first two again?
I put Kobe and Kawhi were my first two.
Patrick Beverly's pretty good perimeter defender. Doesn't get a lot of love.
Jimmy Butler.
Who would you put him in over, Kyle?
Well, I put Jimmy Butler in over LeBron.
So LeBron for me was kind of like I just threw him in just because I had no reason. I saw like Jimmy Butler was a person I flirted with putting on. I don't know. I felt as though I was kind of like a damn if I do, damn if I don't situation. So
No, I understand. I also think that Gary Payton's like worth mentioning.
Yep.
well, I didn't put Gary Payton
He
because
was,
I kind of stuck solely to 2000 to 2020.
He played from 2000 to 2008. What do you got for that? What's your response?
No real good answer, but
Right, fair enough. Also, I think Avery Bradley should be on that list.
Kyle Korver was pretty good.
Shut up.
No.
He wasn't good at anything except shooting threes and looking like Ashton Kutcher.
Nope, that's not Ashton Kutcher.
Actually, correction. Ashton Kutcher was good at looking like Kyle Korver. Hey, isn't that the guy they traded a copier for? Nah, that's just Ashton Kutcher. That's just that
Kevin
dumb-
Malone. Oh, stop it.
Oh, agonizing.
Did we all go for NBA?
Yeah, I don't like Kendall's at all. Sorry, Kendall.
no.
Nah.
Give us your four.
Yeah, who's your four?
So
No, yours.
besides LeBron, who is your biggest beef?
So you had, I wouldn't put Kobe Bryant in there. I think Kobe Bryant and LeBron are good defenders, but they're not lockdown perimeter defenders. They're not known for their defense. They're known for their ability to score at will and control the game. For my four since 2000, I would probably do Kawhi Leonard, Jimmy Butler,
Marcus Smart.
No, he's good. He's really good, but I don't think he's the elite. Kawhi Leonard. Who did I say? Kawhi Leonard and who? Oh, Jimmy Butler, Gary Payton.
Tell you, I didn't see that good perimeter D against Kawhi from Jimmy Butler, eh, Kyle?
It was great defense. One, he got the lucky roll.
And I would say it could be a toss. I mean, Ron Artest could be thrown in the decision. I also think that Patrick Beverly should be in that mix, and Avery Bradley. Avery Bradley is so good defensively.
Tony Allen was pretty good.
Yeah, Tony Allen was a really good defender too.
So I almost
Actually, I would probably give it to Tony Allen actually over the rest of them. Tony Allen is like the absolute perfect definition of a 3-and-D.
He got his number retired because of his defense.
Yeah.
So Tony Allen's another guy. He was another honorable mention for me, and actually he's like a favorite of mine because of his defensive. But I felt Ron Artest deserved it because when he was playing, like Kobe, Allen Iverson, Tracy McGrady, Paul Pierce, Vince Carter, Ray Allen, all essentially being in their primes. You know, I think a guy who he gets love, but I think he's thought of more as the dirty player than the good defender. I think for that reason. He's deserving.
Well, but Ron Artest, the thing with Ron Artest, which is like the thing with Ron Artest is that he was kind of like bigger than the rest of the defenders, so he didn't match up against everybody. Ron Artest wasn't playing defense on Allen Iverson for an entire game, whereas like a Jimmy Butler, who's like smaller than Ron Artest, would play defense because it's permanent. Ron Artest was an amazing defender all around, but I don't think that Ron Artest could slow down Allen Iverson. I don't think Ron Artest could guard Steph Curry.
Well, just for the era that he played in would be my bid for him, I guess. But listen, you guys know better than I, so I respect what you guys say.
Yeah, you're damn right.
So, but that is my Mount Rushmore. So,
Suck it.
Boo.
I have a Mount Rushmore I'd like to do.
All right.
I wanted to do a Mount Rushmore of beer animals.
okay, I like that.
All right, so I've got the Red Dog.
Yeah,
That's the only one that matters.
put up 4 of those.
He's the worst one. Go ahead.
Kyle, you suck.
Yeah, no. Matt's is looking for something.
I thought I dropped it. But
I don't know if Paul's talking, but he's muted.
Yeah, some of his microphone got muted.
Paul, if you're talking.
Yeah, I don't know who muted me because I didn't even touch my phone. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so it was the Red Dog, the Goose Island Goose, the Guinness Toucan, and the Budweiser Clydesdales.
Now, I'm surprised you didn't go Guinness Turtle.
So the Guinness Turtle is a big favorite of mine, but the Toucan, historically speaking, more important animal in the Guinness line.
Now, what the Black Hog from Black Hog?
The Black Hog is cool, but you got to talk. You got to go on a national basis. You go to California, and I ask people, hey, do you know about Black Hog beer? Some of them would say yes, some of them would say no. But you go anywhere in the world, and you say, hey, what do you think about Red Dog? They'll give you an answer.
You say it's the best beer I've ever had.
In fact, one time I drank so many of them, they tasted like whiskey. Whiskey light. All right, so Maxine Washable, why don't you go ahead and give me your MLB Mount Rushmore?
All right. So,
no plot twist. Best dirt at the fields.
Ooh.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Parker Farms. So, I had for MLB, it was the Mount Rushmore of fan moments. So, I instantly had 2, and the last 2 were going to be a little spotty.
All right.
So this may be a collective. The first one that I had is the Steve Bartman fan interference with the Chicago Cubs. And I think it was in 2003.
That's exactly when it was.
Yeah. When, you guys all know the play with the foul ball. He catches it before the player can, and the Cubs went on to lose and get knocked out of the playoffs.
Off 100,000 points. Who was the player that he interfered with?
Oh, Alex Rios.
No.
I love Mark's confidence on things. It's just so funny all the time. It was I can't pronounce it, but his last name's like Alou or something like that. Laou.
Moises?
Right.
Yeah, something like that. Moses Alua or something like that.
Moises.
Did you know that a private sports museum in Chicago paid $350,000 to get that baseball back just so they could destroy it and put it on display?
But, that did come full circle. When the Cubs won, they bought Steve Bartman a ring.
Yeah.
The other moment that I had that came pretty much instantly was from this past World Series when the Instagram models were flashing Garrett Cole from behind home plate.
That's what's her face? Julia Rose? Julia something.
I don't know. It was just cool.
I follow her on Instagram.
Ever since the World Series, I became a real fan.
So I think for the third spot, I think whether it's an honorable mention or a spot on the Mount Rushmore, but I think the Marlins guy deserves a spot.
So I had the Marlins guy, and I was kind of because I didn't have him. I didn't put him on because I was trying to find like a moment, and he's just he's a collective thing. But I was thinking him.
This one's also a little bit more player-based versus fan-based, but it involves the fans. But when Prince Fielder fell in the stadium, in the crowd, and ate the nachos.
That's a good one.
The other one I had was, and like, only because it blew up to what it was when Aaron Judge was throwing with the kid in the stands.
Nah, fuck that kid.
But Kyle actually brought up a good one from when Kyle, you'll have to refresh, but I think it was a home run ball, and like the dad catches it and hands it to his young kid, and the kid just throws it onto the field.
Yeah.
Oh, or there was remember the time the kid caught like the first baseman like threw him the ball and he caught it in his glove and then pulled like a different ball out behind his back and gave it to like the older like girl to like impress her.
Yeah, that would be on there because that was like the smoothest thing.
That was so funny.
Yeah. So
anytime it runs onto the field and gets tased is always a good one.
the other thing I thought of, which might make the list now, but do you guys remember when Will Ferrell played in 5 games in one day to play all 9 positions?
I do. I remember
Funnier time.
That was what, like
That
3
was
or 4 years
one
ago?
of the best things ever. So yeah, there it is. There's about 7 heads on that Mount Rushmore. Kyle, what's your baseball one?
Sloppy fielders.
Ooh, hold on. What about the baby catch?
Explain.
In 2000, oh boy, I lost it. Oh, I got it here. Hold on. Hold your motherfucking horses, gents. So this app doesn't want to work. But anyway, it was basically Cole. I think it was Cole Hamels popped up. I'm pretty sure it was Cole Hamels, but he popped up and they went to catch it in in the out and blah 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 blah. They went to catch it in foul territory over the wall into the stands, and a man like took his baby and like palmed his baby with one hand and then caught the ball with the other before it went in the glove.
I'm not sure if I remember that.
And then they ended up having, because it was in like 2015, they had all the replay and they viewed it as fan interference, and they called out Cole Hamels.
Ugh.
That's cool.
Remember when the guy fell into the hot tub during the All-Star game in Arizona?
Yeah. Also, just a quick etching underneath the 4 Mount Rushmore things. Who is the Mount Rushmore? So it's Bartman.
The Instagram models.
Yep.
That is Julia Rose.
I think we have to do the kid being so smooth with the girls.
Yeah, that one's on there. And then I mean the 4th can be Marlin Man.
I think a tiny little etching has to be anybody who's ever caught a foul ball in their beer.
What about Mr. Freeze?
It's not a fan.
No, but fans run against them and usually hurt themselves.
I would love to see Kyle race Mr. Freeze.
The Mr. Freeze thing is awesome.
I'd pay money to watch that happen.
You don't have to pay money to watch it happen. It's on YouTube.
No, to watch Kyle do it.
Also,
yeah, but I want Chris in the Mr. Freeze costume.
Oh God.
do you guys prefer the presidential race or the sausage race?
No, the sausage race.
I hope so.
What are you talking about? That sausage couldn't get his zipper open, and Mr. Freeze knocked him over. All right, so Kyle, would you have?
Sloppy fielders.
All right.
So leading off is Mike Piazza. Pretty terrible catcher, like fielding catcher. His defensive WAR of all time was minus .83, and his fielding percentage was .989. Doesn't sound bad, but the guy had a lot of pass ball. Right, Ken?
He was way better batting than fielding.
Second was a Yankee, Alfonso Soriano.
Hard disagree.
Look at a lot of his plays. He booted everything. His fielding percentage was .96, was below the line. They moved him to the outfield in Chicago, and it made it worse. Because you couldn't field the ball at second. So I got it. Let's see if we can track a fly ball. And that did not happen.
All right.
Then it's Edwin Encarnacion. The lowest percentage on this list was 93%. But he's a first baseman.
Yeah.
It's negative .63. They said he has a tendency of making a routine play look like an adventure.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, but he hits bombs.
He does. That's why he's a DH now.
Yeah, I hope he hits a lot of them this year.
And then Mock's favorite player of all time, Julio Lugo. .96. A career defensive WAR of -30. They said he's the anti-Ozzie Smith. The next base hit Lugo takes away will be his first. So what that means is that he's never gonna. He pretty much, if he hits Adam, he's all right. If you move one step, he's not gonna get it.
And then Marcus Semien for that 1 year.
Yep. And then Mock, you ready for this?
Yeah.
This was an honorable mention because he was second on the list in worst fielders. Derek Jeter.
Yep. Okay.
Swear to God. His career defensive WAR was -14.7. I don't know what RTOT means, but it was -141.
I think you meant RTOC or whatever the fuck it is. RCOT. What is it called?
Reserve Officers Training Corps, ROTC.
Yeah, there you go with Major Payne.
They said he won most of his Gold Gloves because of the popularity vote.
But he still won them.
Doesn't mean anything.
It kind of does for the record books.
Yeah, Brandon Crawford didn't deserve it the last 4 years, but he keeps winning them.
Joey Votto never deserved MVP.
Anyway.
And Mark Teixeira doesn't deserve life.
Overrated fielder. That's what they said. Made a lot of errors.
Well, Kyle, your list is from Wikipedia.
Oh, it's actually from MLB.com. So suck it.
MLB.com/Wikipedia.
He didn't make it. He was just an honorable mention. I thought you would have argued more about it. You kind of know that he sucks at fielding.
Oh, yes, Kyle. Derek Jeter sucks. You're right.
I didn't say he sucked. He sucked at fielding.
Hey guys, just so you know, he has no idea that I'm in my car, but Uncle Eddie is standing in front of my car and he's just pissing on the side of the house.
You should honk the horn.
No, I'm not gonna honk the horn because it's gonna wake Bob up. It's just so
I'm telling
funny.
you, Paul, that would be the funniest thing you could do.
No, because it's not worth Bob getting in a tirade because then they'd see something come out the window. And unfortunately, I think the closest thing to him right now is Amelia. All right, so Mass, what was your MLB Mount Rushmore?
Doubles and triples machine. So
This was actually Kyle's idea. He wanted to do an extra base hit Mount Rushmore, but I wanted to eliminate home run guys because obviously, like, if you're gonna put home run guys into them, if you're gonna add home runs into the mix, then it's gonna be a pretty predictable list. But if you just do doubles and triples type of thing, so we're not doing a Mount Rushmore that's doubles a triples Mount Rushmore. We're doing it in combined.
Right. So people from who did the most doubles and people who did the most triples.
No.
And combine them into one.
All right, sure. It's not really okay. Yep.
That's what we're doing because I don't have any other answer.
But it's not supposed to be who had the most. I mean, if somebody hit 57 doubles in like a month, but they were all like 2-out doubles and they never scored, versus a guy who hit 32 doubles and on those doubles drove in 63 runs, I think that guy would deserve the nod more than the other guy. Am I wrong?
Well,
Mark, am I wrong?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's right. Because Mock plays softball, and Mass, you just have softballs.
Ooh.
That's true.
That's right.
That's true.
I brought up the big guns, Louisville Slugger style. R.I.P. to that business.
All right, so let's do this a consensus list then, because we might as fucking well.
Watch your fucking mouth.
Yeah, all I know is that Edwin Encarnacion has a doubles WAR of 4.3. Because apparently every position has a WAR.
I don't even know what WAR stands for.
It's wins above replacement, so ask me why that means anything for fielders.
Why does it mean anything for fielders?
I don't know. My guess is that every time they replace a baseball, it adds to the stats. It's the only thing I can think about. Anyway, Matt, go ahead.
Well, let's do this consensus-wise, because not doing it the way you want it to go. Which
Mass, just
I'm
do
fine
it.
with.
Just do it, Mass. Do it.
So, we'll go ahead. I kind of reshuffled this really quickly, because forgot about the since 2000s thing. No, didn't even know about it. I put Pujols, Adrian Beltre, and Big Papi on the list. And then I also threw in, hold on. Jose Reyes.
Yeah.
Reyes is overrated.
No, he was just hurt all the time.
He was overrated.
When he was healthy, he was the best guy on the field.
That's not true.
Yes, yes, it was, Kyle.
Adrian Beltre is always a fun name.
I did quite enjoy his name.
He hit a lot of doubles because he ended up in Seattle for a few years. And it's impossible to hit a home run there.
It's a dense, rainy air.
True. I read it on Reddit.
Like, he stuck in Seattle, and then, like, he finally got out of there and then started fucking raking again. Because if you go to Seattle, you suck.
Just a fact of life.
Yeah.
All right. Do I have any disagreements? Anybody who would like to put it in instead?
No, I think it's good.
All right. There you go.
Kendall?
I had a Bunt Kings, best bunters in MLB over the past 20 years. Now this is a very tough stat to search. It's not really recorded as its own thing. It's recorded as sacrifice or just infield hits. So it's kind of a pain to look up, but. Just kind of from memory and doing some quick research, my list is Juan Pierre, who was like the bunting machine. This stat really sticks out to me. He attempted 632 bunts in his career.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Hitting, for 215 got him on base. So a success rate of 34%. Which is one of the highest of the modern era. I also put on Ichiro Suzuki, which is sort of a cop-out, but just because of like the nature of the way he swings, it seems like he's always kind of bunting. The guy is like out of the box even before he's done swinging. But, good enough to be on the list. Kyle, here's a name for you. Willie Tavares.
Yeah.
He makes the list because he actually led the league twice, 2005, 2007. He's a bunting leader. And then, actually, I was going to actually have Jose Reyes, but unfortunately, his injured career kind of precludes him from being on this list.
Yeah, because he's overrated.
No, he was good.
Yeah, he wasn't great. He was just okay. He was average.
No, he was above average. Just he was hurt all the time. But Billy Hamilton is the guy rounding out the list.
Be bunting every time.
Yeah, pretty much. But actually, he has a very high success rate. It was 33%, which is above the major league average. So that is my Mount Rushmore for
So he
bunters.
bunted on 33%.
No.
Or that was a success.
Getting on base.
Oh, I was gonna say he bunted every 3 at bats.
He
Like 1 out of 3.
He should.
Well, he pretty much does anyway. I mean, there's a. I didn't record the stat properly, but it's something like 1 out of every 14 at bats, Juan Pierre was bunting.
Yeah, he was good at it too.
Great.
So there's other people like Brett Gardner, could make a case for himself, like Marwin Gonzalez. This is Billy Hamilton. That's basically what he's only good for. If the guy could just get on base,
Uribe?
yeah, definitely not him.
I would have took that category into a whole different thing. I would have went by sacrifice bunts.
Well, for Juan Pierre, he's on the list. Has a very high sack bunt. I don't have the stats that's on the computer. I just copied over for hits, but he was on the list. And Ichiro was too, but the other two, Billy Hamilton and Willie Tavares, no, not so much for sacrifice.
I have a beer one.
Okay.
All right, lay it on us.
All right. 5 or the Mount Rushmore of the 4 worst American-made beers. So Natural Light, Michelob Ultra, and this is like no flavored beers or anything like that. Miller 64
I can't wait for Kendall to defend all of these.
and Keystone Premium.
No, I'm not defending any of these beers.
But you would.
So
But I would
I
drink
have
them.
a couple I'd like to put on.
Kyle, do you know what was voted the worst beer in America by beer drinkers?
Busch Light.
Milwaukee's Best.
I know.
Is it Miller High Life?
Nope.
Let's see where Miller High Life ranks on here. Well, I just passed Budweiser Heavy, like Bud Heavies, and I haven't seen Miller. Yeah, Miller High Life is not in the top 50, but Bud Heavy is.
That's ridiculous.
Nope.
There's some weird ones in here, like the B40 Bull Max. That was terrible.
Where's Ham?
The Bud Light Chelada.
Ooh, oh, God.
Ice House Light. Oh, actually, there is one Miller High Life beer on here. Kendall, a beer you've never had. Miller High Life Ice.
I didn't even know that exists.
Yeah, that was a real thing. So it was a Miller High Life, but it was 9.5%.
Oh, my God.
But it was like just as bubbly as Miller High Life, and it tasted just like Miller High Life.
Think
It just
of,
had more booze in it.
oh, my God. Think of the
It was
beer
essentially like
shits.
pouring a shot of vodka in every like High Life.
Sounds amazing. Let's write a letter. Let's bring it back.
That would probably kill Kendall.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Because he would drink them like a normal High Life, so he'd have, his typical 35 of them.
Yeah, so Kendall, they came in cans.
Were they-
Cans were like a midnight blue instead of gold, and then it said Miller High Life Ice, and then it had the lady was on the crescent moon, but like she was kind of outlined in blue, and she was smoking a cigarette.
Were they tall boys? Were like 16s or just?
No, they were just 12-ounce cans.
My God.
Or 14 ounces.
They came in.
They had
They
a
came in
handle.
30 packs.
Oh my
It was
God.
a 6-cent deposit.
Sounds amazing.
Oh, just threw up a little bit in my mouth.
These are
Did
the
we all
best.
do our baseball one?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Kyle, give us your NFL one.
I had big boy plays for all of us.
Oh, here you go, Kyle or Kendall. I found a shirt that says I only drink Miller High Life 3 days a week. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
That's awesome.
I also,
Kevin's
found
going
a,
to get that tatted.
I also found a tin tacker sign that says Miller High Life, and it's got a cowgirl wearing a cowboy hat and nothing else.
Sold.
No, it's sold, you dick.
I bet you'd hang that in your living room, not the cool Coors Light sign you have for the Steelers Super Bowl.
I haven't.
He
I haven't.
doesn't care about us, man.
I care.
Oh man, look at this vintage Miller High Life Light signature bucket with glass bottles filled with liquid, rotating lamp.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, I just actually bought it. I'm gonna break it.
Just cause.
Dump a bunch of booze on it. Mark, let me tell you a quick funny story before we get more into these things. I made up a joke to Kendall that we had kind of joked about ourselves. That I told Kendall that I sent out a text in the group chat giving free range of my liquor cabinet, and that only you responded, and then I found out that somehow only you got it, and then Kendall was like, "So, like, what's left?" And I was like, "Mock took it all," and he goes, "Don't say that." He goes, "I'm just gonna have to go to his house." Then.
Broke my heart.
Don't you come here. I don't want you Milford scum in my town.
I was born in the M. Hold it down for the
Yeah,
dub.
Gross. Ooh, forgot about Miller High Life Chill too.
So, Kyle, your NFL Mount Rushmore?
So Big Boy plays.
Big man plays.
Whatever. Number one.
No, I was gonna say because you had your original category stolen, didn't you?
I did.
I didn't mean to. I didn't see it. I was all excited, and Paul said no. Kyle, I was like, oh, damn.
And then
I like
Kendall,
that Kyle said no by a rat.
and then Kendall texted him privately after saying, "Give me my fucking segment."
All right, sorry, Kyle, go ahead. Big boy plays.
So
Big man plays.
Dan Connolly, he had the longest ever kick return for an offensive lineman against the Packers, 71 yards.
Is that the guy in the Patriots?
Yeah.
Yep.
That immediately just put both hands over the ball and was ready to be tackled.
Yeah.
God, it was fantastic.
And then all of a sudden was like, "Oh wow, look at that! There's Campbell's chunk of soup down there."
God, what else you got?
Vince Wilfork. So what happened was he went out to cover the flat for some reason against the Chargers. He tipped it up in the air and picked it off and ran 14 feet before he got tired.
I remember
He's
that
still
play.
running.
But I thought that was pretty cool. I have an old one on here, but I'm going to change that one to the B.J. Raji touchdown one.
We gotta go.
All right.
That was William the Fridge Perry. That was like kind of the first ever big man moment, but I can't use it. And then Sam Adams. He was a 350-pound defensive tackle. Picked off Brady for a 37-yard touchdown.
No love for the Tamahali touchdown throw?
That's what I was thinking.
Nah, I like when they have to run.
Yeah.
Fuck the offensive touchdown, Batman.
It's too bad we said 2000 only because I love the Larry Allen chase down.
All right, who's next? Nobody's disputing any of these, so
I guess I'll go.
yeah.
I
Why don't you?
had NFL on-field antics, ignoring the fact that we were talking about 2000s because I didn't really pay attention to that. I said Bengals linebacker.
Vontaze perfect.
Vontaze perfect. Thank you. I said
All-time
Vontaze
great.
Now,
All-time great. I said T.O., but obviously we're doing 2000s on, so T.O. doesn't count. So we went with Antonio Brown.
Why, T.O. counts.
he played well into the 2000s.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Yeah, that whole Cowboys thing happened in the 2000s. So did the Buffalo Bills thing when he ate the popcorn in the stand. He
That's
actually
my
did that in
quarterback.
Dallas too.
That's my quarterback.
That's my quarterback. Don't call it a comeback.
And then there was no real one that I'm aware of. I mean, I guess Odell,
Ocho Cinco.
but that's not really antics. He was just doing touchdowns.
I mean, Odell makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, those are the 4.
Who was the guy that pretended to shoot himself in the leg like Plaxico after he scored a touchdown?
Oh man, I remember that happening, but I don't remember who it was.
He pretended to do. It was Plaxico and somebody else. He pretended to do like the jet celebration, and then pretended to like die, like a plane was dying, and then started dancing, and then shot himself in the leg like as a joke.
Stevie Johnson.
I don't know.
Buffalo Bob receiver Stevie Johnson.
It was a Buffalo. It has to be him because it was a Buffalo Bills player.
Yeah. Pretended to shoot himself in the thigh. He
I don't think Antonio Brown really makes the list though, because he wasn't really a big on-field antic.
Right, that's what I was saying, but
he threw a couple temper tantrums. But I mean, really, all his stuff was like against postal workers and females.
He did a couple things.
What, kicking the punter?
Oh, dude.
Yeah, Kyle,
That
that's because you secretly love Vontaze Burfict.
No, I don't.
Yep.
If he became a Steeler, you'd be like, he's all right.
No, I wouldn't.
all right. So, in all seriousness, though, let's say,
Patrick Peterson has a pretty fucked up temper.
Cortland Finnegan.
Richard Sherman.
Richard Sherman would be a good one. He's a big shit talker.
Yeah. Has that whole thing with Crabtree and Aaron Andrews interview. Got punched by Trent Williams in the face. Shit talked Brady after the game. Sure, Richard Sherman in place of Antonio Brown. That works.
Now he's teammates with Trent.
Yeah, I guess they made up like a week later.
Also, like, what about like Ndamukong Suh?
Yeah, that's a big one.
Forgot about him.
He like stepped on people.
Stepped on him, kicked him.
Forgot about Ndamukong Suh.
Steps on a guy's chest, looks at the ref, and goes, "What?"
What's funny about Ndamukong Suh is that he very quickly got the nickname Donkey Kong Sue, and then everyone was like, "Oh, we can't call him that because he's black, and that's racist." So we're gonna call him Burnt White Chocolate.
Good name though, Donkey Kong Sue.
That was a nickname he was given.
That's a good one.
Yeah. We could do one for dumb nicknames. I'll go with Legatron.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Dude,
I
that
hate
was
that
coming.
name.
So,
Leg.
my NFL one was non-offensive touchdown, and again, like I had 3 that hit, and like I couldn't get a 4th. So, the first one that I have is the Devin Hester kick return in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
The second one I have is it's a funny autocorrect on my phone, but Percy Harvin had a 109-yard kick return in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
The other one, which I think this play is actually still happening. It's the James Harrison pick 6. I think he's still running down the field.
Yeah, I should have called a timeout, so we'll start it a little bit.
That play, I watched the highlight. It took so long. It's one of those things I'm watching. Go, how did nobody catch him? It took that guy 5 minutes to run across the field.
Dude.
He was bigger than all the receivers that could.
You think Larry would have at least been able to chase him down and tackle him?
He was at the end of the play. He was at the goal line.
Actually, I'm sorry. I know what the 4th one is, and it's a huge bummer, but I just thought of another one that probably should be on the list.
Deshaun Watson. Just kidding.
You mean Deshaun Jackson?
No, it was a joke. I was joking.
No, when I made the list, I did put the 4th one as the Miracle at the Meadowlands because as much as it fucking sucked, it was a monument. Fucking...
Mark, if you don't want to put it in, the honorable mention can take over when Devin Hester had the kick 6 against the Giants after a missed field goal.
I remember that too.
Just because that was a cool one.
No, the other one that I thought of that I was trying to get in there was when the Rams, like, they put the 2.
I'm so happy that you went with that.
Yeah, they had Tavon on. I forget who the other guy is. Was it Stedman Bailey? And
yeah.
like Bailey faked it, and then it was Austin that caught it for that touchdown or
All the way
returned it for a
around.
touchdown.
You know who they stole that play from? Devin Hester and Johnny Knox did it first.
Did they?
Yeah. Suck it, Mass.
Hey,
Nope.
Paul. Remember we were telling you that like Kyle was talking about Snoopy and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, he also said that Devin Hester is super overrated.
People talk shit when they boast about how good their safety is, and he wasn't even the best in the division.
I had another honorable mention, and I
Ooh,
couldn't find
This beer's foaming up a lot.
the exact game, but there was a return. I think it was Dante Hall had, and they always play the highlight, and I like couldn't find it today. I was getting pissed, but when he just kind of like stands still for a while and jukes out like 4 guys, and then ends up running in for a touchdown. But he was another one that was really
Was it
fun to
Dante
watch.
Hall?
I think it was because that was the whole like human joystick thing.
I thought it was.
Yep.
Hold on, give me a second.
I think that there's a couple of people who did. They kind of just catch it and they kind of just start walking for a second and they just rip one off.
Mark,
Yeah.
I think another one that you could have put it as an honorable mention was when the Ravens blocked the last second field goal attempt against the Browns and returned it for a game-winning touchdown.
Oh my God! Yeah, that was was that a Monday night game or something?
Yeah,
was it a Monday night? I thought it was just a Sunday game.
No, it was Monday.
I couldn't believe that.
It was the Monday day game.
Because I fell asleep and the Browns had the game in the bag.
I remember that.
And they didn't, because they suck.
The person I was thinking of was Joe Green.
I also wanted to put on for personal reasons when we saw Jacoby Jones return a touchdown when we were there.
Jacoby Jones had a touchdown return in the Super Bowl, didn't he?
Yeah, he had one as well. But he's responsible for one of the funniest things I've ever seen at a live football game.
What happened?
So, we all went. It was a Steelers-Ravens game. Antonio Brown caught like a 60-yard touchdown, and the place went batshit. The stadium was going crazy. And they kick off to Jacoby Jones, who immediately returns it for like a 102-yard kickoff return, and then the place was silent. Like you could hear nothing. It was so funny.
You want to hear a fun fact about NFL kick sixes?
Sure.
All right, so in the NFL, so this article was posted. I don't think we've seen one right over the past 3 years.
I don't think so.
I don't.
So this was May 24th, 2018. Someone ran the numbers, and since 1994, which is when the first kick six was in 1998. But since 1994, there have been 23,846 NFL field goal attempts counting playoffs. Over 2,500 have come from 50 yards or deeper, and only 5 of them have been returned for touchdowns. And
Devin Hester holds all 5.
No, but one happened in 1998 when it was the Jets. Then the Ravens did one in 2002, and then the next ones came in consecutive 3 years, 05, 06, 07.
Were those Devin Hester?
Actually, out of the 5, 2 of them are Bears players. I'll buy the first week we're back. I'll give beer to the person if they can name the player.
It was the same player, but it wasn't Hester.
It wasn't Hester. It was a different Bear player.
Was it Johnny Knox?
No, this was before Johnny Knox. This was 2005. I'll give you a hint. It was against the Giants.
Cool.
That's right. The Giants did it twice in back-to-back years. Mark, this just showcases how many times we fucking play each other. Pretty much however your season's going, that's how my season's going.
I'm pretty sure the Rams did it to the Giants also.
No, the Rams aren't on here.
Wow, I thought they did.
It was Aaron Glenn from the Jets, 104 yards. Then it was Chris McAllister from the Ravens, 107 off of Broncos' Jason Elam. And then in 2006, Devin Hester did it, 108 yards off of Jay Feely. And then in 2007, Antonio Cromartie did it for 109 yards off of Ryan Longwell. And does anybody care to take a guess before I give away the answer?
David Boston.
Phil, you already guessed. You can't guess again.
Damn.
That was Kyle.
I know, but Kendall said, and no, it wasn't David Boston. In 2005, kicker Joe Nedney missed a 56-yard field goal attempt, which was returned 108 yards for a touchdown by Bears kick returner Nathan Vasher.
Damn. That was going to be the third guy I guessed.
Anybody else have any things they'd like to talk about? NFL Mount Rushmore? Do we have any more to get to?
I have a Mount Rushmore, but I have to pee.
All right, we'll do the Mount Rushmore first, and then you can go pee.
Okay. All right. So after rudely stealing...
I feel like I just bargained with a 4-year-old.
After accidentally rudely stealing the backup running backs the past 20 years from Kyle, I put together a very comprehensive list, doing a great deal of research that I know you guys are most likely going to hate the players I picked. But
Kendall, how much research did you actually do?
Basically 4 hours worth.
Did you actually, or are you just saying that?
Just this one?
No, he didn't.
This is the one I took the longest on.
Frank Gore should be on here.
So I did it entirely off of looking at their careers, where they had to play X amount of years. They could have been a starter, but I looked at times where they were majority not a starter for an entire season, and having their numbers be worth it for them to be mentioned. So,
Can I guess a name?
Yes.
Is D'Angelo Williams on this list?
No. But
His lists aren't wrong.
his counterpart is.
What? Jonathan Stewart was the starter there.
D'Angelo Williams was the starter.
No, he wasn't. Jonathan Stewart was paid more.
So Jonathan Stewart had less starts during the tenure there, although
That's because he was hurt.
he was hurt sometimes, and we all know that the Panthers never did really a great job of getting the best out of both of them. But his stats are probably, if you look at it, his stats are good enough to have starting stats. I also put on Darren Sproles, who a lot of people will remember as basically a special teams all-purpose guy, but he was a great guy off the bench, kind of like the model running back for kind of like the dual threat guy in the mid 2000s. Chester Taylor, who was a guy who was kind of very forgettable, but very serviceable for like 9 years. And a guy who I just kind of liked was Ronnie Brown for my Mount Rushmore of backup running backs. Because
I'd like to issue that I have to do a private stock shot. Though the article did say it was a Giants kicker, I searched the video and I should have remembered the Nathan Vasher one was actually against San Francisco.
Hey, that's okay. Vasher deserves it.
No, I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying that I owe a shot for that. For being wrong.
Anyways,
Mass and I suck my own penis.
you can, yes.
Everyone be nice. My mother's listening.
Which actually is right now.
Yeah, mine's not.
I mean, you can go there anytime you want.
It's a fucked up mess.
No, I try. Does anybody have anybody that they think should be on that list that's not?
Can we just went off individual years or just like combined?
I kind of went by their career stats.
Okay.
So it's tough because there's a lot of guys that are like, oh, well, this guy was good, but, or this guy was, okay, but like if he was a career starter for 5 years and, had a bunch of stats like, oh, but then he was replaced by this guy, like, I'm not going to include him. Like a guy
What
who.
about Dexter McCluster?
Dexter McCluster,
I'm just kidding. It's just a funny name to throw out there.
I like him though. He was good.
Danny Woodhead.
We know you do. We know. Don't worry. Don't worry. We know.
Yeah.
We didn't fucking forget.
Like a guy a guy was like, oh, when I saw his name, I was like, oh, this is the perfect guy. when I found Ryan Matthews, like, oh, this is the one of the greatest backup running backs of all time. But then I forgot it. He started for 2 years in San Diego and 2 years in Philadelphia and was like the guy. It's just you forget about people because it's just as time goes on, there's all these players that.
But mock.
What?
I traded Ben for Ryan Matthews with mock.
Yeah. That's how much Kyle loves his quarterback.
Dude, I needed a fucking running back in the worst.
I'd like some honorable love for Ben Cunningham.
Yeah. I will give it to Zach Stacy before Benny Cunningham.
Oh, fuck yourself, Kendall.
Listen, that guy was good for the one game that Paul beat me.
Demolished you.
Oh my god! I think
demolished.
Good for like a year.
Actually, too, I think he was a waiver pickup for you, right?
Who?
Or for Paul? You didn't just have him. I think you picked him up that week, right?
I picked him up that day.
Yeah, I
Benny
mean,
Cunningham?
no, Zach
No,
Stacy.
Zach Stacy.
He's like 4 touchdown performance. Yeah, it was a bummer.
Trey Mason.
So you guys want to take a pee break?
We'll take a break and then we'll come back and we'll figure it out from there.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Analog, black vinyl spinning, sounding so good. Top down, can't be a classic if it's no wood. If you don't know what, then your new school. Floor model is the foundation for your YouTubes. Model flows off of Fat Boys and Juice Crews. Melly Mels, iced teas, and the two cools. Adam O.D. and the double L. Had to walk cause it's hard to run in those unbuckled shells. One microphone and a couple 12s. 6 drum sounds and a couple bells. Is all you had to make a couple rails, and that's a track. And if you want it, you had to make it like that. Now what's one turtle to a couple snails? Takes a long time to happen so fast, and realize your future is somebody else's past. What's up? Chirac summer looking so cruel. How can I reel the real when it's Pro Tool? I can't dig it at all because it's no tube. Fire when you speak, but ain't no warmth in your vocals. Might have been a better rhyme than just never mind. If it's better with time than thinking line that you gonna be your nicest around your midlife crisis. If your life like Christ, live your midlife like it's Christ-like. But nigga, I ain't psychic. I know it's all a cycle, and everybody like it. And France is enormous. Your lands with endorsements, but you might need a hand to enhance your performance. Consider this a kilogram of encouragement. Teach you how to sneak it past the enforcement. And when you get it through in a manner so cool, remember to give a little nod to the old school. Give me that old school love right. What's up? I'm leaving it all up to you, darling. Giving you everything you want. And give me that old school love right now. Give me one for the old school. You know when I hold you, you won't be alone. As long as I'm here, as long as you love me. Give me that old school love right now. As long as I'm here, as long as you love me. Give me that old school love right now. Oh.
Pros. Lowe's wants to help you keep working. That's why we're open for pro business hours 6 to 7 a.m. Monday through Saturday. you'll find the quantities you expect with dedicated pro associates and loaders to help you get what you need fast.
And now, back to Getting Sports with Drunk on the PPRN Radio Network.
Welcome back to Getting Sports with Drunk. I'm your host, Cupcake the Riddler, and I'm joined by Poops.
Yep.
Poops. Kyle, you there?
Yep.
Mock, you there?
Yeah.
Mass?
No.
Gundle?
Yep.
Rico?
Yep.
Cornholio?
On Horio. And I'm a teepee for my bunghole.
Coach.
I feel like that cracks Mock up every time.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, like Kevin Nash funny, right?
No.
Not fun.
No.
Where did we leave off here?
We kind of finished the Mount Rushmore thing.
I had actually one more.
Oh,
I had one more.
The all sports ones, yeah. If you guys suck.
Yeah.
All right, so someone do it.
All right. So my all sports one was celebrity fans. There's one on here. There's really no question about it. Spike Lee. He's going to be on that forever.
He's too loyal of a fan.
So I also put Billy Crystal for the Yankees and the Clippers. I put Snoop Dogg.
For everybody.
Big USC Trojans fan, Steelers, Lakers, and then whoever wins championships. And then for the fourth one, this is more recency bias because there's honorable mentions that should be on probably more, but I put Drake just because.
Jack Nicholson.
No, I know, but like the last 4 or 5, Drake's been everywhere. The whole Drake curse and this and that. Jack Nicholson was one of my honorable mentions.
You know who wasn't one of your honorable mentions that should be?
Who?
CM Punk.
You know, I saw him on a list.
What about Bill Murray?
So I Bill Murray was one of my honorables. Jerry Seinfeld was one of my honorables. Vince Vaughn.
Mia Kunis.
I'd like to revisit Mass saying that hateful thing because Jerry Seinfeld is awesome.
Mia Kunis.
Yep.
She goes to all the Bears games. Kevin Spacey.
He was another one. But so when I was doing especially this list, I was trying to do it without
What about LeBron? He's never missed a road or home game.
I was trying to do this without looking anything up, and the only reason why I was looking at a list was because I couldn't remember the fourth name when I would before the show trying to get it. But those were the 4 that immediately jumped out at me. I remember Billy Crystal. This was a while ago now, but I remember he made some big donation to a Yankees fundraiser so he could take an at bat during spring training.
Yeah, he struck out.
He hit a foul tip and then struck out.
I also did that in my one appearance.
It's against Kyle Souls.
No, it wasn't, because it wouldn't have been a strikeout.
Because Mock didn't show up that game.
What?
I'm partly to blame because I didn't learn the signs they taught me in, but I didn't remember.
Oh, man.
No, it wasn't that you didn't remember. You didn't look over.
But I wouldn't have remembered. It would just been nonsense to me.
What are they? Were you gonna have them bunt, Kyle?
But I just go, fuck it, you ain't gonna look over here anyway.
But were you gonna have Kendall bunt?
He could have ran one.
He would have broken every bone in his hand.
It probably would have made it.
Every single bone in his right hand would have gotten shattered.
I could bunt.
Could you, though?
I would have bunted right into the ground, but...
I feel like Kendall's going to just grip that bat and just knuckle sandwich it.
He did make a pretty good play in right field.
Bare hand.
I do wish almost more than anything that I was at the softball game when you played without your glasses.
Oh my
That was
god,
so funny.
the whole setup was so ridiculous. Like that could happen. You know, we're hanging out at a party. Somebody shows up, takes my glasses. It's like, how could that possibly happen?
More importantly, at that party there was a full-size 750 bottle of Hennessy being thrown around in a pool.
Oh my god. Ended up in the filter the next morning.
I threw that bottle.
No, you didn't.
She just wants to be included.
Remember that day pretty clearly. The day before. Pretty shitty day.
It was a Friday.
Nope, it was a graduation party. I mocked it better.
Graduation from what?
College.
I was in New York.
I know.
Yeah. The party was probably lame as fuck anyway.
Yeah.
Oh shit! That got me good. That tickled my pickle. That tickled my pickle good time, man.
Really fanatic in there.
What?
So, Kyle, what's your all sports
Mascots.
What do you got?
Philly Fanatic. Probably the best mascot. He fucked with the fans, fucked with the players.
Homer.
Better than any fucking mascot you have.
I don't think any of my teams have one.
The Pels have one.
Oh, that's true.
Jackson DeVille.
Patrick the Pelican.
Jackson DeVille, he's Jacksonville Jaguars mascot. He's in the air more than he's on the ground.
He's also kind of like the Fanatic. He's like the NFL version.
In August 2014, he was voted the best mascot, and the same guy that played him since their existence.
Oh, it's been one guy the whole time.
Yep.
God bless that guy.
What else you got?
And it's the Raptor. He's pretty famous for like YouTube and shit. Pretty good with interacting with the fans and jumping off the trampoline and stuff. Pretty fun guy. And then I got Youppi. He's a two-sport mascot. He did the Canadians and he used to do the Expos from 79 to 2004. That's it.
I didn't know that.
Benny the Bull should be over the Jacksonville Jaguars mascot.
I was actually watching a Benny the Bull highlight reel last week, him ending up on camera on purpose. Pretty funny.
Does the popcorn tornado. He made a mini series that aired on NBC Chicago during the baseball season when there was only baseball going on, and it was like a thing of Benny the Bull's life. So it was just the guy who plays Benny the Bull,
like a biopic.
No, it was the guy who played Benny the Bull. He lived his whole week, but in the Benny the Bull costume.
That's committed.
And he does the t-shirt cannons, the dunks. He does all kinds of stuff. He's better than that Jacksonville piece of shit.
I'm happy that there was no Mr. Met, because fuck him.
Hey, listen.
That's just a poor man, Mr. Red.
No, Mr. Red is the same guy, just with a mustache.
Yeah, which makes him better.
No, Mr. Red is like Mr. Met in disguise and like a cartoon.
No, Mr. Red is the original. Mr. Met shaved his mustache to go into hiding and has that bullshit whore wife mustache.
Listen.
Okay, so they put sausages in there, but they're not really a mascot.
Oh, the sausages are the best.
Plus, Mrs. Met fucks the Philly Fanatic, and everyone knows it.
Listen, I'm not saying that Mr. Met isn't a cuck, but I'm just saying that put some respect on him over Mr. Red.
Mr. Red is superior.
Actually, is Mr. Red even called Mr. Red? We've just always called him that.
Mr. Red is wearing the greatest uniform of all time.
This is true.
Yeah. And he also has a dope hat, great mustache, and the seams on his head are better than the Mr. Met seams.
The seams.
Mr. Met looks like a pedophile.
Mr. Met is Kevin Spacey. Any other all sport ones?
I have one, and Kendall has one.
Yes.
Kendall.
I had super fans.
Which you also took from me.
Did I?
No.
Oh, sorry. All right, so we mentioned him before, but
I'm so you guys know I'm eating cookie dough out of a container.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
kind of jealous
Sugar cookie
actually.
dough.
Although less jealous for sugar cookie dough.
No, I'm just kidding. Go, Kyle, Kendall, fuck. Ooh, ooh, Mark, I love you.
Oh, thank you. I love you as well.
I was gonna say, what a fucking asshole. I wasn't gonna return it. Oh, thank you. Next.
So, anyways, I had referees.
Okay.
Earl
I see.
Hebner.
Kendall's going. Kendall's going.
So we mentioned him before, Marlins fan. Just because he makes an appearance at essentially every World Series, I don't even know if he actually is a
Not only
Marlins
a big-
fan.
Well, let's just say, not only a big Marlins fan apparent, but big baseball fan.
Yeah, he's a good crowd sake guy. You know, he's always in like the front row behind the home plate. You know, he's a cool guy. Fireman Ed from the New York Jets. Always a staple of the Jets games. He leads the JETS chant. He's so much of a fan of that. When the Jets were sucking, he actually sold his season tickets just to buy him back a year later. It was like a stunt. So he paid like even more money to get his tickets back. So good for you, Fireman Ed. I don't remember their name, but the tribe at the Indians games, the guys, they have like the TP set up and they bang the drum. I don't Kyle, what's that called? What?
That's in a movie. They don't.
No, that exists. I looked it up.
I know. I'm just fucking.
But
That's in a movie.
Too high. Too high.
But I don't know what they're called. I just put
Tribe.
I just put drummer tribe, Cleveland Indians. And then this was a cool thing, and I've actually seen this before, but I thought it was a one and done thing. But I guess this happens all the time, and Paul could speak on this better than I. The Green Men at NHL games. I don't know if there's like a specific team they belong to, or if it's just anywhere. They were like the green spandex suits, like you can't see their faces, but the bodysuits, and they just kind of like they bang on the glass and mess with the players. It's pretty cool. I thought I saw it one time. I was like, that's just the funky thing that happened, but it happens all the time, I guess. So
Yeah.
the Green Men.
They're known as Force and Sully, and they're Vancouver Canucks supporters.
Oh, so they have a team.
Yeah, they're at their games, and like what they do is they buy the seats next to the penalty box, and they rub like their genitals on the,
It's pretty
penalty
ridiculous.
box while there's guys in there. They hold up signs that say all kinds of weird shit. They do all kinds of shit to fuck with people while they're in the penalty box.
So Kendall, so there's a few names that you're forgetting.
Oh, Kyle, what's
There are a couple that you're forgetting.
what's wrong
Kyle,
with
you're
that?
underwater.
Few names. Better.
Yes, much better.
Yes.
Not names, but like the Ichiro guy.
I kind of remember the Ichiro guy.
The guy that used to dress up like Ichiro all the time.
Yeah.
Then you got the Klay Thompson guy.
I don't know if I know the Klay Thompson. Oh,
He was at like one game.
Then you got the Raptors fan.
Navahita.
That guy.
I almost put like that main guy from the Raiders.
He's been to every single Raptors home game in history.
What does he do for a living?
He
I think
is
just that.
an engineer of some kind.
There's the Banjo Man.
But he is the owner of one of the top-selling Hyundai car dealerships, and he is an engineer as well, working for Van Ock. I don't know what that is.
So did you just have that fucking ready to go?
I was going to tell Kendall that he forgot him, but you beat me to it. So
It was off the blimp site.
About the Wolf. Remember the Wolf Pack?
The Wolf Pack, like from
It was Randy
NWO.
Wolf's thing, his entree.
his entree.
His entourage.
Yeah. Yeah. You know who I'm talking about?
Wait, hold on. Explain it again. I don't remember.
So, whenever Randy Wolf would pitch, you had the guys in the very top with the sign that said Wolf Pack, and they would wear like the wolf masks.
Okay, So wait, did they do that when he was in Philadelphia?
They did it in Philly, and they did it somewhere else too.
Well, it had to have been Milwaukee, right?
Either that or Detroit. Probably not Detroit.
Yeah, definitely not Detroit. That wouldn't fly there.
But like, it was biggest in Philadelphia. They have like some good packs over there.
Now I kind of remember
Bill
that.
Superfan that just passed away from cancer.
What?
About the Bill Superfan that just passed away from cancer?
I don't know. I know.
Did you guys see the baby gender reveal with a guy with a Bill fan threw the baby through the table?
Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
that.
it didn't reveal anything.
Yeah, just kind of like smashed the cake.
Kendall, I think an honorable mention at least should be Banjo Man. I mean, he goes to athletics games, Warriors games, 49ers games.
You know, I saw that on a list, but I didn't make the connection. It's like, oh, Banjo Man, like it's like, oh, this is just a random dude. But then, like, I ended up looking later, and you're right. He's like a Bay Area guy, right? He's just like
Yeah.
So yeah, I get that he's worthy, I guess. I don't know who I would knock out. I mean, maybe Marlins fan because he only makes an appearance like during the World Series.
Yeah, maybe. It's up to you, man. It's not up to me.
I would keep the Greenman. I would keep Fireman Ed, and then I guess I would dump the Marlins fan for somebody else.
Also, don't forget about Ronnie Woo Woo.
That's was that Cubs?
Yeah.
You got
There's
that
Towel Man from the Blues.
How about were the Predators the first ones to throw the fish on the ice?
Yeah, but that's a fan thing. Like that's not like a specific fan. What about Pumpkinhead from the Browns?
I forgot about that guy. Well, I kind of the Pumpkinhead is like the same deal as like the main guy from the Raiders, the Black Hole.
What about Mike Francesa?
Fuck that guy. That guy sucks.
Him falling asleep and spilling his Diet Coke all over the board.
All right, Mass, why don't you round us out?
All right, I did referees. So we got
Ed Hockley better.
What?
Ed Hockley better be on this fucking list.
Ed Hockley starts it off. Went with Danny Crawford. Went with Joe West. And
You should say the sports they're from.
all right, Danny Crawford is an NBA referee. He's done at least one NBA Finals game each season since '95. There was Joe West, who is an MLB referee, or umpire, I guess, in this case. Let's see. I'm trying to find out how many years he's been active. There's no quick thing.
Joe West has been around forever.
40 seasons. There we go.
40 seasons and one blown perfect game.
He did ball his eyes out after that, so. Did I just fuck this guy's career?
He did. And then I went with Wes McCauley for the NHL.
Yeah, Wes McCauley's awesome.
And that's the list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Donahue.
We should do best sports commercials one time.
Oh, the best Super Bowl commercial ever, in my opinion, was I think it was a Bud Light commercial where the guy was watching football and the woman comes in and she's wearing like lingerie and she's like, "I'll meet you upstairs in a minute," and then she's like yelling down the stairs to him like, "I'm wearing the skimpy lingerie I bought. I put out the satin sheets. I have ice cold Bud Light." And he comes running up the stairs, taking his clothes off into his boxers, jumps on the bed, slides off the satin sheets right through the window and out into the fucking pool. And it was so fucking funny. The only thing that I can attest it to is when Ed O'Neill fell out of the house in Little Giants and landed on his balls.
My favorite sports commercial, I think, of all time, and I've laughed so hard the first time I ever saw it, was when ESPN was doing their NBA commercials. And
Kendall laughed forever at that.
it's just so good. So they did this series where like they're driving like the camper to all the games.
Oh,
And
the one where it's
ESPN
like,
tour bus.
Yeah,
I know exactly which one you're gonna do.
And I can't remember who was the guy who was the announcer.
And...
Well, no, not this one.
Okay.
This one was Paul. Who was the announcer? He's like, he has the glasses on. And he's looking. He's like, these aren't my glasses. I can't remember who it was.
Scott Van Pelt.
No, I don't know. Maybe I can't remember. But anyway, the commentator was like, "Oh, these are my glasses." He's like, "Oh man, I must have Russell's." And Russell Westbrook is driving the tour bus, and he's like flipping the glasses up because he can't see. He's like driving through a cornfield. It's just the funniest thing.
It was Jeff Van Gundy. Jeff Van Gundy put on Russell Westbrook's pregame glasses and said, "Hey, these aren't mine. They don't have any lenses in them." And then and then it shows Russell Westbrook wearing Jeff Van Gundy's glasses driving through a cornfield.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Everything okay up there?" He goes, "Yep, we're good. Wrong exit."
I remember that.
It was so fucking funny.
Second season.
What?
That was like the beginning of Russell Westbrook.
It was right after James Harden's trade.
It's just so funny because like. In order to set that up, they had to have driven through an actual cornfield. It was just so ridiculous.
One of my favorite sports commercials too, which was the.
Massey pulled it up on the the viewers can't see, but we can watch it. So they're on the bus here. They got like a bunk beds. Van Gundy's trying to like read his book. And let's see. Then Russell Westbrook drove over a scarecrow.
I mean, if you're going to talk about funny sports commercials, I think you have to put in the Iggy Shuffle at the deli.
Oh, yeah.
That one was very funny. And then I don't know if you guys remember this. This one wouldn't be considered funny. I just liked it a lot. But back when the NBA first introduced the short sleeve Christmas jerseys, they did a commercial where I think it was Derrick Rose as a Bull, KD as the Thunder, Steph as a Warrior, Harden as a Rocket, and Steve Nash as a Laker. And they had 5 basketball hoops with bells on them.
With the bells.
And they shot the balls into different nets, and it rang jingle bells. And then the last one was someone throwing an alley-oop to LeBron James dunking.
I remember that commercial.
That commercial was awesome.
Actually, I don't remember
Randy
that commercial.
Tate, office linebacker.
That was a good one. All the ESPN commercials are really funny. Like the one where Big Papi puts on the Yankees hat.
That was
funny.
Oh,
yeah.
That one was so fucking
Green
funny.
Monster season.
All those ESPN ones are good.
Yeah. A favorite,
That
actually.
was so funny.
My favorite ESPN commercial is the Steve Irwin and the Gator.
Yeah, that one's good.
There was the Steve Smith one.
Yeah.
I'm also a big fan of the Devil going down.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's off the elevator.
All right, guys. So you guys just want to have some casual fun for the last little bit here?
Sure.
Yeah.
So Kyle watches this YouTube channel called Too Hype, and they were playing this game called the 5-second rule, where you had just random questions. You have 5 seconds to answer. It's like name 3, essentially. Name 3 car brands, name 3 whatever. And you have 5 seconds to do it. You get a point if you get it. You don't. And then we can dispute it en masse. You'll be the fact checker if we need it. But these are not going to be, obviously, probably, none of them will be sport-related. Some of these might be really obscure, but I figure there's not a lot of sports going on. We don't have to force stuff.
Am I keeping track of points, or is it the points don't matter?
No, I think I'm keeping track of points here.
Right.
The points don't matter, just like Massey's feet.
All right. Does anyone else not want to do this? I'm just asking.
I'm in.
No, this is good.
All right.
No,
So
that sounds terrible.
I have Kyle, I wrote down the names. So I have Paul, Kendall, Mike, Smelly, and Smellier.
So I think I'm smellier.
No, you're Smelly. Also, for some reason, the only name that didn't capitalize was Mox.
Yeah, Mox sucks.
All right, you guys ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
I didn't mean
All
that,
right.
Mock.
All right. Oh, this is a bullshit question. But all right, here we go.
I love
Kyle.
you, Mock.
Kyle, it's your
Yes.
turn.
Okay, Kyle.
5
Wow.
seconds. Name 3 things that make you laugh. And time's up. All right, Chris, you ready?
No, hold on. Look, I'm gonna do a timer for this.
I already have the timer.
Oh, you have a timer. All right.
Yeah.
Poop.
Ready?
Go.
Name 3 things with zips.
With zips?
Yep.
Sweatshirts.
Time's up.
Plastic.
We're batting 1,000. Oh, see, this is okay. Now I get it. Okay, so we have a 30-second ad. So we're just gonna go through that, and then we'll keep going. But I should probably put this on my phone so I can just pay the 99 cents for no ads. But then when I put my iPad on, you guys can't hear me talk for some reason. Because, Kendall rigged this whole thing for us to just fail.
It's pretty much rigged only with electrical tape.
Yeah, so are we thinking like the Monday after May 20th that we're going back to the studio?
I miss you guys. Please come back.
All right, Kendall, you ready?
I'm ready.
Name 3 soups.
Chicken noodle, tomato, and potato.
Time's up. No.
Potato.
Potato soup. All right.
That exists.
Paul's turn. Name 3 actors. Go. Brad Pitt, Bradley Cooper, and Michael B. Jordan.
Nah.
Yep. What do you mean, no?
Michael B.
Wait.
Jordan is a semi-actor.
Did I not get potato soup at the buzzer?
No.
I mean,
no,
come
I said
on.
Time's up before that.
We said it like the same time.
All right, Mock, you ready?
Yeah.
Name 3 blonde actresses. Go.
Reese Witherspoon, Taylor Swift, and Heidi Klum.
Taylor Swift is not an actor.
She was in a movie.
Doesn't make her an actress.
Sure it does.
That's pretty much exactly the definition of an actress. If you're in a movie.
All right, so after the first round, Mock and I are tied with 1.
I think it's bullshit that Mock got that point.
Kyle, you couldn't think of 3 things that make you laugh.
Yeah, I
You
said
could think of one.
I said
No, I didn't
potato
think-
soup at
I
the
didn't know I was
buzzer.
going first, and I picked.
All right, here we go. All right, Kyle, you ready? You're going first again.
Yeah.
Name 3 things that you tie. Go.
Bow tie, regular tie, shoelaces.
Right. I was
I'm
waiting
gonna
for
give that to him.
Honestly, I was waiting for him to go bow tie, regular tie, shoe tie. All right, I'm gonna give it. To
Yeah,
him.
that's fine. He got
All
it.
right, Chris, you
Give
ready?
that to him.
Can I play?
Yeah.
Ooh, we got our first sports one. Chris, name 3 professional golfers. Go.
Tiger Woods, Arnold Palmer, and Roy McIlroy.
Really? Not
Roy Hibbert.
You suck.
All right, congratulations, Mass. All right, Kendall, you ready?
I think so.
Kendall, name 3 ways to disguise yourself. Go.
Fake mustache. No, I got nothing.
All right. He started so strong. Fake mustache, and I'm out.
I was gonna say brown hat, but that wouldn't make any sense.
Why would it not make sense?
I don't know. It's the first thing that popped in my head.
I'm gonna have to go to the store this week and buy this actual game I think this game would be fun for us to play on the air from time to time. Or we could just make a sports one, I guess.
Yeah.
I know Mock's tired of sports. I'm also stalling for an ad. All right, it's my turn. I'm gonna read the question and I'm gonna hit start for the timer. That's what I've been doing for everybody. Okay. All right. So name 3 things you would find in the stomach of a shark. Go. A fish, a person, and a license plate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like license plates in every movie, so I had to say it. All right, Mock, you ready?
Yeah.
Name 3 specific, not specific as in like the name of the place, but like, all right, you'll know what I mean. Name 3 places that you can go skiing. Go.
A mountain, a cliff, and Vermont.
Oh my God! Not a cliff. Come on. Do you know the definition of a cliff?
Are we agreeing with cliff?
No.
Not agree with Cliff. No.
I'd like someone to pull up a video because they exist.
I just like a mountain, a cliff.
All right, hold on. Hold on.
Yeah, but if you go on YouTube, you can find a video of anything.
No. Hold on.
That's not true.
Here's
Find
what
me
we're
a
gonna
video
do.
on
Give me a
YouTube with
second.
Kendall holding his bladder.
Oh God, that's never happened ever.
Hold on. Give me a second. All right. We're gonna go ahead and share this.
I mean,
real
there's
quick.
videos of people doing like insane dives off cliffs with like on skis and
All right.
stuff.
Ready?
Firefox.
Cliff skiing.
Look at that. Big extreme cliff skiing.
Okay, you know this
Give
is
me my point.
there's an extreme sport called ironing extreme. So I refute this.
No, it popped up. I'm gonna give it to Mom.
But listen, you can search anything and it'll pop up. Type in extreme
Give me
skiing
my
on
point,
Google.
you rat.
Mass, type in extreme ironing on Google.
I want to see this.
All right.
The Google method is garbage. Anything will pop up if you search it.
You couldn't think of 3 disguises, you rat.
God, it'd be so funny if it said no results found.
I mean, Kendall's right.
So the second one down there is funny because it says extreme ironing champion.
I don't know. Mock's got Funko Pops to the ceiling, so I'm all in.
But look at what extreme ironing is. Because you just happen to say 2 words. It's people that surf on ironing boards. That's a possible thing.
What I'm saying is that I knew that this existed, and you could just say anything and search it on Google, and it will pop up.
But I've seen like extreme videos like that type of thing where people like ski off of a cliff like and drop like 150 feet into a big snow rift.
I'm gonna give it to Mock.
I am also going to give it to Mock. Kyle?
Doesn't matter.
Why does it not matter?
Because 3 against 2.
How is it 3 against 2? Mock can't vote.
Now, Rebecca's going to vote for him because she wants to.
No, she might vote with Kendall because Kendall doesn't want to.
I say
Rebecca.
1 second, the mic's far away.
Oh my God!
Uh-oh.
Just stop. Just stop. Let's move on.
What?
All right.
Extreme.
Forget it. Just forget it.
All right.
Kyle, you ready?
Just give him the points.
Can I play them?
Don't do that. I earned that point. You
No.
Kyle, you ready?
You can ski off of anything.
All right, here
If
we
I
go.
said ski off parking garage, there would be some
Guys,
dispute.
Guys, boys, gentlemen, ladies, it is Kyle's turn. Kyle, you ready?
Yeah.
Name 3 things that are on your computer.
Porn, video games, Microsoft Word.
Yes! All the points for Kyle.
Shit. All right. Chris, you ready? Name 3 things that are white.
Clouds, paper, milk.
Not Kyle's penis.
I've never once seen paper milk. Kendall,
You've never milked
ready?
paper?
Yes.
Kendall, name 3 things that you do during the summer.
Okay. I go to the beach. I mow the lawn. I lay in bed.
All acceptable answers.
I'd like to refute that.
Nope, because I lay in the bed all seasons.
Kendall is not a beach guy.
Well, that's what I do. This is my cliff jumping.
It's cliff skiing.
Oh, forgive
Yeah,
me.
dick. All right, my turn. Name 3 ice cream toppings. Jimmy's, cherry, hot fudge.
This is Connecticut, son. It's sprinkles.
Yeah, I'm not from Connecticut, you bitch. All right,
You
Mock,
better learn our language.
Mock, you got 28 seconds before the ad's over, so how's your day?
If you could, can you just tell me what the question will be so I have some time?
I don't know what it is. All I know is that right now this guy's IQ is going down dramatically because he's not making good moves in solitaire.
All right, Mark. Things to do off of
I've
cliffs.
seen that ad before.
Ski. Go to the beach.
And Microsoft Word.
Microsoft Word.
All right, Mock, you ready?
Yeah.
This question's hilarious, given context. Name 3 things you climb.
Oh, mountain, cliff, ladder.
I half expected it to say Vermont.
All right, into round 4.
Oh,
Kyle, you ready?
He said bladder,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah, refute that one, you rat.
Kyle, name 3 animals that can swim.
Dolphin, shark, fish.
All right, Mass, you ready?
Go.
Name 3 reality TV shows.
Laguna Beach, Reno 911, and I don't know. I don't watch reality.
Dude, you were on a roll, you bitch. It's a Jersey Shore.
This guy came out of the gate so fucking hard. He named 2 shows in 1 second and then gave
With
up.
Laguna Beach.
It's a good show.
Reno 911's not a reality TV show, though.
But you said Laguna Beach. You fucking ass.
Is
All right.
it or is it not? I don't know.
Kendall,
is.
you ready?
Yes.
Wait, is it? Is
Yes.
it? No? Yes?
Kendall,
Yes.
name. All right.
3 types of cliffs.
Ski.
April. Kendall,
Yes.
name 3 Justin Bieber songs.
Okay. Baby, the one with Ed Sheeran. Oh,
You
man.
work for a radio station.
Yeah, but I don't like every
All right,
song.
All right, Paul, name 3 things with legs. Me, a chair, and a table.
Boom.
You don't have
All right,
legs.
Mark. Look, the arms and legs, whatever.
Yeah.
Mock, you ready? Name 3 things you see in the sky at night.
Clouds, bugs, bats.
Sure.
Bats are water.
Cliffs.
Big time cliffs.
I'm just glad. I just can't believe you didn't go with stars or moon.
Didn't get that far.
All right. Oh, we got another ad here. Ads are good. I like ads. Ads make me watch ads for games that I'll never play. But then what happens is they show the ad enough times where I'm like, all right.
Yeah, do you know how many games I've downloaded
Because
off
of ads.
And it's mostly because I hate the ads that are like, this is how dad plays, and this is how mom plays.
Yeah,
And
or
then
like the games where like it's impossible to solve this, and like I'm just yelling at the screen like, just fucking switch the bubble. All right, we're going into the final round here. Our scores are Kendall with 1,
Yep.
Mass with 2, Kyle with 3, Machine Washable with 4, and the Riddler with 4. All right, here we go, Kyle.
Got a real
Name
cliffhanger.
3. Yeah, Kyle. Name 3 children's TV shows.
Fairly Odd Parents, SpongeBob, and Power Rangers.
Ooh, just the buzzer, nice.
I thought for sure you were going Little Bill.
I thought about it.
I don't know why, but I pictured him saying gargoyles.
The first thing that came to my mind
That
was
was a great
Dr.
show.
Seuss.
Gargoyles.
Massey, name 3 things to put in an omelet.
Onions, mushrooms, spinach.
Gross.
Yeah.
All 3 of those are terrible.
Oh, two out of the 3 there were bad. Onions are awesome, Kyle.
Mushrooms are good.
Yeah, mushrooms are great.
Kendall,
Not with eggs.
Kendall,
Yes.
name 3 stand-up comedians.
Ooh, Jerry Seinfeld, Craig Robinson, and Sebastian Maniscalco.
Ah, you didn't hit the buzzer. I'm sorry.
Brr.
My turn. All right, name 3 things you can take to the beach: a shovel, a bologna sandwich, and a towel.
And a cliff.
I have a question. Craig Robinson does stand-up?
He does.
Yeah, he does.
I didn't know that.
He performed
Where'd
at the
that
Laugh Factory and Stress Factory. Recently.
Mock, name 3 things that have to be turned.
Doorknob, a key, and
At a time.
handle. Damn it.
All right, Mock sucks, so I win.
I
All right,
taught
game's
you.
over.
Can I
Kyle,
play?
you and Mock finished with 4 each. Do you guys want to let Rebecca play?
Yes.
No.
Sure. Why not?
Kyle just hard no.
Okay, we'll give her 1 or 2.
We'll squeeze another one of these in here. All right.
That's what she said.
Unfortunately, Kyle, I think this is just going to keep going in the same order, so you're up, okay?
All right.
All right, Kyle, name 3 things that are white.
Milk, paper, cow.
I'm giving it to them.
Sure.
They're white with black spots, so they're white.
Sure.
All right. Chris, name 3 reindeer.
3 what?
Reindeer.
Reindeer? Rudolph, Dasher, and Prancer.
You're already out of time, bro.
I
You're out
didn't
of
hear
time.
you.
It doesn't matter. You're out of
It's not
time.
my fault.
Well, you failed.
That's bullshit.
You can gripe about it for 24 more seconds while I watch this
No.
ad.
Gripe about it.
These are my favorite ads. The one where it's like, should I burst in on them having sex or should I stay and watch?
You know,
is it choices?
Kyle downloaded that game, and we played it for a while.
Paul, is it choices?
I downloaded that game like 5 years ago.
Yeah, it wasn't 5 years
Still
ago.
on his phone.
Can we?
Yes, it's
Not-
choices.
I thought about it.
All right, Kendall, name 3 different flavors of crisps.
What? Like
Everyone should know that crisps is British for potato chips.
Oh, potato chips, crisp. Damn. Okay. Sour cream
I thought he
onion.
said Crips.
All right, my turn. Name 3 types of bear.
Barbecue.
Black bear, grizzly bear, polar bear.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Bear. All right, Mock. Name 3 cartoon characters.
Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Donald Duck.
What a weird hard turn there at the end. All right, Rebecca.
Yes.
Name 3 foods you have to peel before eating.
Potato, apple, orange.
You don't have to peel an apple.
Or a
Yeah,
potato.
You don't have to peel any of those.
I should have said
have to
banana.
peel it.
I think you have to.
Acceptable ones would have been like. Acceptable ones would have been like banana. I would accept
Pomegranate.
potato. I mean,
Edamame.
Orange?
yeah, but you said apple, and honestly,
No, I know.
mean,
I just
think
wanted
that-
to make sure that orange was acceptable.
No, orange is acceptable. I think the amount of people who don't peel apples is greater than the weirdos that do. And then there's people like Kyle's brother who peel grapes.
Oh.
Where's the time?
All right, Kyle, you ready?
Yeah.
Name 3 different types of exercise.
Leg jumps.
It was the that was so funny.
All right, Massey,
I'm
you
sorry,
ready?
did you say leg
I'm not
jump?
doing this. Go to the next
You
one.
ready?
No,
Massey, this
No.
one's the easiest one we've
no,
gotten
don't
so
care.
far. You have to do it.
No. I'm
Come
out.
on,
I'm
man.
still mad about the reindeer.
Massey,
fault
just
for not-
go.
What?
Name 3 American sports teams.
Chicago Bears, Jacksonville Jaguars, and Indianapolis Colts.
Guy didn't name one of his own teams.
And you
And-
chose the longest
Yeah.
title.
The Indianapolis Colts.
The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
And time's up.
It's all right, Mass. Don't worry about it. You got 10 more seconds to gripe. I'm doing this color by number look now.
You know Dasher and Cliff.
Is
and
that the one
Microsoft
that says
Word.
how I color, how my mom colors?
Rebecca, shut up.
I get
with
those
these
ads all the
stupid
time.
ads. All right, Kendall, you ready?
Yes.
Name 3 ice cream flavors.
Chocolate, vanilla, strawberry. Thank you, Neapolitan.
You know, it's funny. You could have
Fun
just said
fact,
Neapolitan.
that's the best thing.
All right, my turn. Name 3 professional football players. Earl Thomas, Frank Gore, Tom Brady.
No, I'm not accepting Frank Gore.
All right, Mike Mock. Name 3 countries starting with M.
Madagascar.
Fail. We would have accepted Mongolia,
Morocco.
Morocco, and we also would have accepted Brazil.
And Mexico.
No, Mexico does no, absolutely not.
Could have been A.
I'll take the L.
Isn't Mexico.
Rebecca,
Kyle, you're Mexican, aren't you?
name 3 subjects you study at
Was
school.
that 4 eyes?
Math, reading, social studies.
I'll accept it. I kind of heard what you said.
It's okay.
All right, we're going into
Kyle,
round
that's very
3.
funny.
We're going into round 3. You ready?
Yeah.
Kyle,
Yeah.
name 3 children's authors.
Ooh.
Zeus, Mary, and Frank.
We would have accepted Mr. Seuss and Mrs. Seuss. All the Seuses.
I'm just picturing a book like "Where's the Keys" by Frank. So stupid. Massey, name
What?
3 places you would wear shorts.
The beach, the basketball court, and outside.
Don't do any of those.
At a cliff.
Yeah, we would have accepted the cliff or your bed.
Yeah, you guys got 30 seconds to think about it.
Oh man.
I mean, I'll come back at you.
That was so funny.
Frank.
Where's My Keys by Frank.
The pages are blank.
The new children's story, Cheryl.
I forgot about
Kendall, I think Cheryl and Frank have to be a match.
Yeah, I think so. That's the perfect combo.
That's so funny. All right,
See, I was thinking
Kendall.
of like Frank Reynolds.
I was thinking of
Banging
Frank.
whores.
I always think of Frank from Everybody Lives in Raymond.
Frank Barone.
Frank! All right, Kendall, you ready?
I'm ready.
This one can be very easy for you, or it can be hard, however you choose to make it.
God.
He's gonna blow it.
Name 3 Matt Damon movies.
Forget it. We bought a zoo.
That's accurate.
What about Born Identity, Born Ultimatum, Born Supremacy?
That movie with Marky Mark.
Born.
Where they're
Jason Christ, It's Jesus Born.
The Martian.
Born.
All right, Paul. Name
Born
3.
Cliff Identity.
All right, Paul. Name 3 candy bars: Mars bars, 100-gram bars, and Snickers.
Kevin knows you get all the easy ones.
Look, dude, I'm just doing an app, okay? Mock, name 3 girl bands.
The Go-Go's, Fifth Harmony, Little Mix.
Ooh, you got it just in time. Fifth Harmony, what a nice one.
You know, Spice Girls would have been acceptable.
Hey, you know who the original Fifth Harmony was? Let's see who remembers this name. Remember Danity Kane?
Yes.
We in the car. We ride slow. We suck black. What? All right, Rebecca, name 3 muscles.
Bicep, tricep, trapezius.
That's the thing that happens in the circus.
Trapezoid.
Damn
No,
it, Mark.
it's trapezius. It's a thing by your collarbone.
Oh, man. I can think of a few people that are about to get really pissed that Kyle got this one. Kyle,
Yeah.
name 3 Pokemon.
Blastoise,
Aw.
Charmander, and Pikachu.
He got it. I like the word Blastoise, Charmander. What about Psyduck, Kyle?
Yeah, dude.
Chris.
Yeah, dude.
Kyle, what
Chris.
about Drowsy?
Hold on 1 second.
Fuck you, Mark. Mr. Mime-looking dick.
Mr. Mind.
Massey.
What?
You ready?
Go for it.
Name 3 comedic actresses.
No.
Amy Schumer.
Kristen
That's who I
Wiig,
was
Tina
thinking
Fey, Amy Poehler.
Amy Poehler, that's the one.
You guys can keep naming as many as you want for the next 20 seconds. I won't be upset
We
about
could talk about how much Kendall loves and respects Amy Schumer.
Tell you what, you know who I love and respect for all the wrong reasons?
Anna Kendrick.
Sarah Silverman.
I love Anna Kendrick. She's my wife.
No, she's not. Ashley's your
Yeah,
wife, you
yeah.
fucking dick.
Actually, he doesn't have a wife till next year.
I don't have a wife till 2 months from today, actually.
Same.
You just said it was getting extended to next year.
The reception and shit is we're still gonna actually get married on the 11th.
What?
Do I have to
Same.
be there for that?
Nope.
Excellent. Because I'm busy.
So we're just gonna go to a party?
No.
Cause that'd be.
Hey guys,
Kyle, let's
the
go.
beer's in the back. I'm already married, so fuck it.
Hey, Kyle, it's open bar. You really gonna say no?
I don't know. We'll see what happens a year from
Well,
now.
that depends on if Samantha comes or not. I don't have a choice.
Depends what happens on a year from now.
I just need to know if Rebecca can drive me home.
I mean, I can revoke
No.
your +1 ball.
Yeah, you can. You have to. You haven't driven me home in a very long time. Kendall,
I'm
it's your
involved
turn.
in this wedding
Paul.
too. No.
Kendall, it's your turn.
Paul,
I'm ready.
Paul,
What?
I can revoke your +1.
No, don't do that.
All right.
Because then if you do that, how am I going to explain bringing my candy?
Just show up.
I'm bringing Dave Schufelt.
Ooh, there you go. Kendall likes him.
I'll take my
Kendall,
questions.
you ready?
Yes.
You retard slayer.
Oh my
It's your turn.
God.
Name 3 things you shouldn't do in a library.
All right, jump off a cliff, start a fire, spill water everywhere.
You also probably shouldn't call a kid retarded.
I didn't.
No, I'm not saying you called him retarded. I'm saying that you made fun of him for being
That's
retarded.
what. That's not true either. I'm going to pee.
All right, Paul's turn. Name
Hold on,
3
hold on.
breeds of dogs. German Shepherd, Collie and Black Lab.
No.
So I need to hear this Kendall story. While he's
All right, so this is what happened. So Kendall was at the stupid table for home economics. You know, the table where like you can't make brownies, so they kind of like just they give you a bunch of bibs and tell you to just sit there and
sit there and don't drool.
Right. So Kendall was sitting there with this very large black guy named what was his name, Mark?
Big B.
Brandon Moorhead.
But what was his nickname?
Big B.
Big B.
Big B.
Big B. And then there was this kid Dave Schufelt who had like some mental challenges. And they were in the middle of class, and Kendall was like super mad because they were making like train bunt cakes, and Kendall couldn't be part of it or something like that. So Kendall just looks over at Dave Schufelt and she goes, "Hey Dave, you know you're retarded, right?" And then Big B, this big black guy that you would think to be like the big culprit in this, just goes like, "Whoa, Kendall, that's not cool, man." And then he looks over at him and says, "What? It's not my fault he's retarded."
Jesus.
Right?
Did this actually happen?
This actually happened.
God damn, Kendall.
Kendall?
What?
Kendall, how could you?
What?
We told him about how you called Dave Schufelt retarded.
Okay, that's not what happened. And
then when Big B tried to defend him, you looked at Big B and said, "It's not my fault he's retarded."
Okay.
You nigger.
This is, oh my God, this is a,
Oh my God.
this is a radio show.
I didn't say that.
Kyle said it. I heard it. Mark, it's your turn. Name 3 presidents.
George Washington, Abe Lincoln, Barack Obama.
I like how he was like
big 3.
I just like how he went like number 1, subtle jump, huge jump. Rebecca.
Yes.
Thanks, Obama.
Name 3 things that need electricity.
Computer, light, TV.
Sure.
I mean, lights can be powered by sun.
Yeah.
They all can be powered by the sun.
That's not true. You're full of shit. All right, Kyle, you ready?
Yeah.
Name 3 sports not played with a ball.
Track, hockey, and bowling.
NASCAR.
Extreme irony.
He said bowling. All right,
Acceptable
Massey,
answers would have been cliff jumping.
Massey, name 3 bad habits.
Smoking.
Say it again.
All eyeing is one of them.
It is.
Ooh, wow, look, I can play this game with just one finger.
Is it choices?
No, it's kind of like a Space Invaders, but like very like BioShock looking. So this person just keeps grabbing power-ups, and now they're shooting like missiles the size of the screen. I don't see how this game is fair.
Also, Paul, good reference.
Thank you. Thank you. Did Mock hang up on us?
No, I'm here.
Oh, he's here. All
You
right.
just didn't appreciate the BioShock reference.
Kendall, it's your turn. Name 3 things you do when the lights go out.
Okay. I start a fire, I make my bed, and I peel potatoes.
No.
I'm not gonna buy. First of all, you definitely don't make your bed ever.
No, he gets mad
No,
when I
I've
do
never
it.
made my bed ever.
And
Because it's a
also,
waste of
instead
time.
Kendall, you're the type of person that instead of peeling potatoes because you think time is worth more than money, that you would just buy those like gross like pre-made mashed potatoes. And then
Oh,
microwave
God.
them.
You know, I have bought those, and what a disappointment. Those are
They're
rough.
not bad.
Listen, it's okay, but you got to doctor them big time.
All right, name 3 TV sports presenters: Troy Aikman, Tony Romo, and Dave Costas. I think I got it wrong. It's Bob Costas.
Bob Costas.
Dave
Mark,
does-
it's your turn.
Yeah.
All right, you're going to want to tune into some family members on this one. Name 3 ways to go to jail.
Crime, murder, stealing.
Crime?
Crime is a pretty blanket answer.
Yeah,
It's a
Crime, murder, throwing somebody off a cliff. All right, Rebecca, name 3 Disney princess films.
Shrek.
Hey, stop it! You're distracting me. Tangled. Cinderella.
No,
Beauty-
time's up.
He distracted
Time's
me.
up.
That shouldn't count.
All right, the game is over.
Shrek.
Final score: Kendall, Massey, and Kyle all finished with 2. Rebecca with 3. Mock and I tied with 4 each.
Shrek, Lilo and Stitch,
Paul, really quick.
And Bambi.
What's the name of this game, and can you play it by yourself?
Of course, you can play any game by yourself.
Yeah, except catch.
This is true.
Yeah, you can find a wall.
So if you have a pitch back,
Yeah. So we started at what? 8:30.
it was like 8:20.
Oh man, Becky Lynch is pregnant.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Whole bunch of who cares.
Yeah, with Vince McMahon's child. All right, so we could do one more of these. I'm gonna take myself out of it because I feel like I have an unfair advantage.
Can I
'cause,
keep playing?
It's just like when there's talking going on. Like I look down to hit play and I can read the question and my brain obviously thinks, so it's not fair. So I'm gonna take myself out of it and I'm going to put Big B into it. And there we go. Big B is in. We're gonna phone him in. Kendall, could you please connect it?
I don't think I have a recent number for him.
All right, here we go. All right, I'm gonna redo the order. I'm just gonna All right, I'm thinking of a number between 1 and 10. Everybody give an answer. Kyle, go.
7.
Kyle?
9.
Okay. Chris?
7.
Bass? Barbach?
6.
Kendall?
8.
Fuck you, Mock.
Rebecca?
2.
Okay. So, yeah, Rebecca's going to be going first.
Hey,
Who
Edge is
said-
back.
Who said the next? Who said the lowest number besides Rebecca?
I think it was Mock.
Somebody said 6.
I said 6.
All right, and it's going to be Mock, and then it's going to be Kendall. No, Kendall said 8.
I said 8. I think Massey said 7.
So Massey said 7,
And then I said 8. Kyle said 9.
and Kyle, you're last.
Nice.
All right, here we go. Rebecca, name 3 things that need electricity.
Light, computer, dishwasher.
Okay. Mock, name 3 flavors of milkshake.
Chocolate, vanilla, strawberry.
That's bullshit.
Not bacon, that's for sure.
It was bacon, banana. Thank you.
Where'd
You
you guys get that from?
Do bacon.
5 Guys.
5 Guys.
Hey, did you ever notice that like Five Guys burgers are never like one's never enough,
Yeah.
I know.
but like one fry is like deadly.
Yeah. And you always get like diarrhea no matter what.
Well, it's just anything.
Kendall, I
All
think you have a diarrhea problem.
Well, sometimes I don't.
He has Kendall has, even though he's tall, he has this like weird disease where he just has a tube that goes straight from his throat to his ass.
I just imagine that your body doesn't process water well, so it just shits out.
Yeah, that's why I drink so much.
So just constant loose stool.
Yeah, I'm trying to,
All right.
fight that.
You should eat handfuls of flour, thicken it up.
That's really good. Or
Massey.
sand.
Ooh, create a nice roux in there.
Ugh.
I have a constant
Massey.
chicken pot pie.
Massey, name 3 things in your pencil case.
Highlighter, marker, pencil.
Bacon.
All right, looks up there. Kendall, name 3 words ending with FUL.
Plentiful. I was hooked on that word right away and had no plan otherwise.
All right, Kyle,
Yeah.
redeem yourself. Name 3 different exercises.
Shake weight, running, and jogging.
You know what? He gets it. He gets it. He gets it. That was so funny.
Shake weight right out of the gate. Oh, shit.
Oh.
All right, Rebecca, name 3 songs by the Beatles.
Hey, Jude. No.
Hey, Tim.
Goodbye, Steve.
All right, Mark.
Carl.
Ugh.
Ooh, Mark, I'm really sorry about this one, bud.
Name
3 Formula One drivers.
Ooh.
Oh, Tony Montana, Rodrigo Rodriguez, and Hector Stallone.
I don't think we need a fact check on that. I think that's correct, right?
Ask anyone.
Massey.
I would like to contest that.
Massey.
He stepped away.
Did he?
Very
What the
abruptly.
fuck? We're in the middle of a game. Who wants to take his turn for him?
I will.
All right, Kyle, name 3 female country singers.
Katy Perry. Okay.
All right, Kendall, you have 30 seconds to wait before I can figure out how to play this game with one finger again.
Okay. You should pick walk in on them and then see what happens next.
No, it's
And then after you confront them, either forgive her. You know the best part about that game? It's genius because it never ends. This is to give you an option for every possible scenario, and you don't gain anything. You just keep going through life.
That's true. All right, Kendall, name 3 things that are white.
Okay, milk, paper, cow.
So real quick, Paul, I was checking Reddit real quick, and they're talking about Becky Lynch being pregnant.
Yeah.
And someone just writes, "Congratulations are in order for Becky and Seth Rollins. Good job on the sex."
Congrats on
All right,
this.
Kyle,
Yep.
name 3 things you can do with paper.
Right color and pink.
Good for you. Good for you. All right, Kyle's in the lead with 2 after 2 rounds. Everybody else has 1.
I'd like to point out I was given a fake question.
No, it was a real question, just a real shitty one. Rebecca, name 3 breakfast foods.
French toast, egg, cereal.
Egg cereal is not a real thing.
Oh God, you never been to our house then?
Actually, I saw this thing today where like people are taking pancake batter and they're putting little drops in a big pan to make tiny, like the most like fingertip-sized pancakes, and then they just put them in a bowl and make it with milk.
Ugh.
All right, Mike Mock, name 3 things that stink.
Kyle, poop, Kendall.
He's right, you know.
All right, Chris Massey,
Yeah.
name 3 things that are red.
Fire trucks, fire hydrants, and apples.
Fire trucks, fire trucks, fire trucks.
Why don't you just say fire?
Or fire apples.
All right, Kendall.
Yes.
Kendall, name 3 things with zippers.
Okay, zip code, zipper, and
He always starts with okay, and that takes away a second.
I had no plan.
Did you say zip code?
Zip code. The zipper has a zipper.
Oh my God, this is too good.
Well, Mass, enjoy. You got 30 seconds to laugh at it while I try to find 17 words.
Wait, is this
I'm thinking about to eat.
God.
What are
word?
you gonna eat,
Wait,
Kyle?
is it wordscapes,
I
Paul?
don't know, but you know what? No, it's not Wordscape. I'm in my car, and I can think of like 7 places I'd like to go right now. I think next week I'm gonna try to do the podcast live from the drive-through window.
What?
I think next week I'm gonna do the podcast live from the drive-through window.
Just ask them to guest star.
You can interview Kyle's buddy at McDonald's.
Kyle,
Yep.
name 3 famous animals.
I don't know.
Air Bud, Tony the Tiger.
Yeah.
All right, so now,
Never mind.
Kyle, you went from being solo and lead 2-1 to now Kendall being solo and last with 1.
I was trying to think of the gorilla, but I couldn't think of it.
Harambe?
Yep.
Rebecca,
Yes.
name 3 things that you find on a work computer.
Documents, spreadsheets, PowerPoints.
No,
Porn.
it's with porn.
Yeah.
Does anyone else hear that noise?
Yep. What?
Mark just got another fucking softball. Mark, you ready?
Yes.
Name 3 snakes.
Boa constrictor, rattlesnake, garter snake.
Wow, what a fucking miss.
All right, Chris Massey, name 3 famous YouTubers.
PewDiePie, Markiplier, and Game Grumps.
What?
Kyle doesn't
Yeah.
watch any of those.
Yeah, pretty much only Massey was going to get 3 of those.
No, I would have got 3.
Kendall,
Yes.
name 3 non-chocolate candies.
Skittles, Starburst, and Triscuits.
And a Hershey bar.
I had Reese's Lock and Loaded, and it was going to be no good.
Kyle,
Russ's.
Yeah.
name
Just said
3,
Ressus Fessus.
name 3 famous Anns.
And
Anns.
the aunt from Bug Life, Aunt May, and
No.
Nope.
Anne
And
Margaret,
Juice.
Anne Hathaway, Anne Taylor.
I thought you said aunt.
The ant from Bugs Life.
And if Kyle was able to name 3 ants like that, he deserved it because for totally misunderstanding, he had 3 ready to go.
I thought you said Ann, and then Kyle was saying Ann, so I thought I was wrong.
I like he whipped out the Aunt May. That's awesome.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, especially if you're talking about Tom Holland's Aunt May.
Yes, sir.
I want to see that new movie with Pete Davidson in it where she's in there. All right, we're going into the last round. Last round here. Rebecca,
Yes.
name 3 things that begin with the letters S-I.
Silk, silence,
And
single.
Science.
That's what you're about to be.
Mike Mock,
Yes.
name 3 things you wouldn't want to put in your mouth.
Tuna fish, cottage cheese, and caviar.
That's not true.
It's absolutely true on all 3 of those.
Massey, name 3 things you don't understand.
Love, life, and
Happiness.
Happy.
Wow,
Well, you
that was
you
so
love
sad.
someone.
That was so sad.
Sip of silence?
Kendall,
Yes.
name 3 card games.
Poker, blackjack, and rummy.
He said car.
Oh, par course?
No, car like an automobile. Car.
Oh. Honda.
Kyle, name 3 famous Australians.
Steve Irwin, Steve Irwin's daughter, and Steve Irwin's son.
I would have also accepted Steven Adams.
He's New Zealand.
All right, so we're into it. We got a 3-way tie for first. there between
Hold
Massey,
on.
Mock, and Rebecca.
Are we accepting Kyle's answers there?
He lost anyway.
Okay.
Really, all it would have done by not giving it to him was it would have meant that Kendall didn't finish in last by himself. And don't we want Kendall to finish in last by himself?
Also, Mark,
Where he
you get all the
belongs.
layup questions, so I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, Kyle. Who's a Formula One driver? You bitch.
They're only hard when you got all 9 rounds.
Mario Andretti.
Shut up, Rebecca.
That was fun. Mario Andretti. Wait, no, Formula One, Iron Man, and Mickey Rourke.
Wait, is John Force Formula One or no?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Like at all.
Unfortunately, I only exclusively follow the Formula 2 circuit.
Right. Because they have pizza there.
I'm a big 3 guy.
Yeah. I pretty
F14.
much only follow racing in the desert.
Would you have accepted Vin Diesel and Paul Walker and The Rock?
Yes. So, Ludacris was also acceptable, but Tyrese was not.
Oh, come on.
All right,
Tyrese gotta
Tyrese
earn that
was
paycheck.
acceptable. That's true.
I came across something funny the other day that
Was it a mirror?
just was unpleasant. No, it kind of bounces back to an argument that always comes up on the show.
Cheaters?
Please don't
No,
tell
no, no. The great Eddie Lacy debate.
Oh.
Kendall was wrong.
So
the only debate is Kendall versus us.
but here's where Kendall may not have been wrong.
No,
Because-
we have a switcher.
No. It's not that I'm a switcher, but Kendall's always stood by that. It's not like they pulled this draft pick out of nowhere. The year before, Eddie Lacy was the offensive rookie of the year. So, I mean, the guy was showing some promise.
So, the only reason I was picked because, as the guy gifted with the first overall pick, I did my research because that's what I was told to do. Le'Veon Bell was on a 4-game suspension, who was the guy would most likely have gone first, but because of that suspension, it kind of hurt his draft stock, quote unquote. So Eddie Lacy was the favored pick amongst 7
But
out
there
of
was a
8
guy
drafts.
there named Adrian Peterson.
Okay.
Wasn't that the year he came off his torn ACL, though?
I think it was the year that
Kyle, this is my biggest problem with this argument is that I didn't just dream this up. I didn't just this guy may be good. I did exactly what I was told to do.
No, that's not true. We all were sitting in the room and we all told you
Kyle,
not to pick Eddie Lacy.
That is not true either. That is not true. You know those people who told me not to pick him after the draft was freaking over?
That's not true. We were all
Kyle,
at the Buffalo Wild right after, so I know we didn't.
Kyle, after the fact does not help me when I'm drafting.
No, that was a different draft, Kyle.
Yeah, you're talking about a different one,
The
Kyle.
Buffalo Wild Wings draft was the first draft we did when everyone shit on Massey because all he did was pick Rams. And that's when Chris...
and then didn't check his lineup the entire year.
Well, no, that's just similar. And then Chris Jankowski went with us and bought an Amstel Light because none of us were 21. And then he showed Kendall his Quest Name Love CD collection.
Yeah, that was pretty weird.
That actually happened. It's a real thing that happened.
But I just wanted to make the point that at the time, the pick wasn't bad.
Traitor.
Thank you.
Where Kendall really botched it is that he holds on tight and he didn't accept my trade, which would have probably been the worst fantasy trade I would have ever made because I offered him Antonio Brown for Eddie Lacy.
Why?
I think I also had Julio Jones, and I needed a running back.
Ever since then, Mock's been a Jew about his trades.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
You also can't
You make
say
one
that
trade a
on the
year,
radio show.
and that's with me. That means nothing.
That's not true. Last year, I did more trades last season than ever.
Yeah, with your brother.
That's not true.
Jude, your brother.
You
Kyle,
can't
you
say that
approved
on
the
the
trade,
radio
you bitch.
show.
I'm just saying, me and you make one trade a year. That means absolutely nothing.
We didn't do that last year.
We thought about it.
Which is the opposite of what Kyle and I do every year. We just go, hey, you want my team and I'll take yours? Sure.
Me and Kyle, yeah, there was one year we traded Alfred Morris back and forth 3 times. 3 consecutive weeks.
We needed a running back each week.
May I make a counter argument?
Sure.
All right. So I'm looking at the stats here. So Eddie Lacy did win Rookie of the Year. There's no disputing that. It's very well noted. So what he went up against was, which this one I thought was extremely interesting. He beat out Keenan Allen by a landslide. Keenan Allen had 1,000 yards receiving in his rookie year and 8 touchdowns, which he hasn't had more than 8 touchdowns ever. So that one definitely. But then after that, it gets pretty dicey. It's Giovanni Bernard, Larry Warford, and Cordero Patterson. I'm just saying, it's not like it was a rich rookie class, offensive rookie class to go up against that year.
But even still, he wins rookie. So it's not like it wasn't like he was just some bum that Kendall,
Well, no, he became a bum right after that rookie year.
Oh yeah. He did.
The point is that the pick was not just a wanderlust pick that was like, oh, this guy maybe.
No, you're a diehard Packer supporter.
Hey,
Actually,
can I give you a word of advice?
That was the last last Packer I think I ever picked.
Can I give you some advice?
Better than anyone.
So every year you pretty much pick Julio Jones, right?
Kyle, you know why I pick him? Because I get the 8th pick every year,
No,
and all the
fine.
running backs are gone.
That's fine, but what do you do right before the season starts.
You trade Julio Jones.
No,
Wait a minute.
I wait 5 weeks.
Keep him.
Kendall, there's no way. Kendall didn't pick him that year, the year after his Rookie of the Year campaign. There's no way.
Why?
Because we wouldn't be making fun of it. He picked him after his sophomore season. Eddie Lacy's sophomore season stats. So this is only improving the argument that Mock presented for Kendall's sake. But so Eddie Lacy, his rookie year, rushed for almost 1,200 yards with 11 touchdowns, and had 257 receiving yards. The following year, he played in all 16 games. He had 1,139 yards, 9 touchdowns, and then he also had 427 receiving yards on 42 receptions and 4 touchdowns. There's no way we would have shit on that year. The following year,
Yeah, so it had to have been.
The following year, he played in 15 games. He rushed for 700 yards, 2 touchdowns, had 4 lost fumbles, and had 188 receiving yards.
What year was that?
That was 2015.
Makes sense.
That he had the bad year.
Yeah, because that must have been it, because it was after Kendall won the league, and that was 2013.
There's no proof that Kendall ever won the league, by the way.
That is true. Show us your prize.
Yep, impossible. One thing that helps me is the Yahoo app that shows me an empty gesture of an award for.
Which is fine, but ever since that year, you finished 9th or 10th.
That's not true. I finished 7th and 8th plenty of times. 9th and 10th at least once. But Kyle, the point is, regardless.
Don't talk to me about bad trades when you jacked Kendall out of Julio Jones.
And Kyle, the point is, no matter what, Kyle, after the first season or second season, 2 very good years for him to be a very good running back, and then Le'Veon Bell, a guy who was on a suspension, all the fantasy leagues telling the people, the idiots of the world like myself, to pick him is a good choice. I am not wrong. Anybody in the first round could be a dud. Eddie Lacy is the most recent example, and we will wait until the next first round fantasy dud occurs to save me.
If you have the first pick and you don't pick Christian McCaffrey, you're an idiot.
Kyle, didn't you have the first pick and you took
when did you get David Johnson?
I picked him in the second round with the second pick.
Well, Kyle, I haven't had the first round pick since that day, so.
No, I'm saying this year, because Christian McCaffrey is a guy that loves to throw to the running backs.
I had him.
Yeah.
But Kyle, who did you trade Kendall David Johnson for? I thought it was Julio Jones.
This year?
Yeah.
No, I didn't have Julio Jones.
I had Julio Jones.
I think I traded Julio Jones.
Yeah, he traded me Julio Jones.
Julio.
I forgot who you traded then, Kyle, because you traded away David Johnson.
He traded David Johnson to me. He traded David Johnson to me for a scrub receiver because he needed a receiver. Because he had Aaron Jones, and Aaron Jones was killing it for him.
No, I thought he traded David Johnson early.
That was last year, I think. I'm going to pick him again.
But either way, Kendall, the pick at the time was good. Hindsight, you should have traded him.
Agreed.
Well, I think there's more hindsight to it though, because I don't think anybody else except for Vito in that draft would have picked him number 1.
Oh my God, Vito had all the Ravens.
It was so fun, and 2 of them were suspended.
I remember when he had all the Eagles running backs and played 3 of them in 1 week.
So funny.
The big mistake was playing all 3. If he played 2, he would have made it fine.
Take it from the Chargers expert.
Exactly. It's going to be a big year for me.
Kendall's going Herbert round 1.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be
Herbert's
pizza.
I think about that every year, just taking the best bear available in every round. But then I feel like somebody would catch on to it by round 5 and fuck me over, and I'd have nothing to trade them.
I would agree with you.
You guys want to do the live draft again this year, or you guys want to do it on the computer?
Oh, I
No,
want to do
live
live.
draft.
Live was so fun.
I don't
Kendall,
ever
you don't
want to
even
do
remember it.
I remember most of it. I remember the draft. Then it got kind of foggy.
I don't like ever want to do another regular like just computer draft ever.
You guys had fun with the other one?
We drank so much Red Dog.
Kendall drinks so much Red Dog.
Yeah, yes, I did.
I felt so bad for Tyler.
Why?
That was so funny.
What happened?
He put up 190 points against me
He
and lost.
we're doing the draft. He didn't know that Melvin Gordon was like holding out. So he's sitting there and he picked him in the third round and he starts talking shit. And I'm like, dude, he's not playing. What do you mean?
Yeah, but don't forget when Kendall drafted somebody that wasn't playing at all for the whole year,
Yeah.
and then got stuck with Danny Amendola. And then the whole second half of the season, I'd rather get no points than be burned on my head.
That's what you got to do.
He tried to trade me Amendola a whole bunch of times.
Oh yeah, take my garbage, I believe.
Well, I was
the
trading
quote
for
of the
other
season.
garbage.
Hey, you guys remember our fantasy baseball teams?
No.
Yeah, I went to the finals.
No, like this year.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Fantasy basketball, I'm in first.
Doesn't matter. It's a moot point. We can't justify it based off of the way the season ended.
So we have a few minutes left here. I wanted to bring something up. We talked about it at the top of the show, but so now with the MLB season looking like it's going to be a shortened season, 80 games or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Does it bother anybody that completely kind of screws up like all-time records?
I mean,
You mean because everybody ages a year even if they don't play?
But no. So like I look at a player like a Mike Trout.
Yeah.
Right. So he's losing half a season like in his prime.
That's what I'm saying. Like you age another year, but but you don't get the season to
Yeah.
go with it.
But what I mean, so like you're losing those 80 games, so you're losing all those at bats. So his hit total and so on. That kind of.
Yeah, but just substitute it for the injury he would have got this year. Doesn't matter. That's why that guy's never going to be the best baseball player of all time because the guy can't stay healthy.
We did last year.
Once.
I know. But like I look at things like I know me and Kyle argue all the time, like Pete Rose's record. If anyone was going to make a run at it that's playing right now, they're now out because they just lost 80 games.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of a
unless
bummer.
they make next year longer.
They make next year a season and a half.
Well, here's what they're going to do. They're going to play. They're just going to play from the start of July until next October. All the games
that could be interesting if like over the next like 5 years each season is 10 games longer or 15, whatever the
to combat for it.
Yeah. I don't think the players union would go for that.
Well, see, but then you run into the problem with like, okay, but then like a player like Mike Trout, if he's healthy for 15 more games, then what's the home run record mean? The RBI record?
No, absolutely.
That's
what
why
I mean. It's kind of a bummer that stats
You know
like
what,
that.
though?
Or
I don't think any one of them are like thinking about it like that.
It doesn't matter if they are.
maybe not right now, but there's no way.
I saw a thing that
when Mike Trout goes down, like finishes his career and finds out that he's 100 fucking base hits short of Pete Rose's record, he'll think about it.
Like the MLBPA, like a lot of the guys just want to play. Like they're just over. Like they don't care what the circumstances. They came out and said, "Well, we'll just play in any."
Of course, they want to play.
But it's the same thing, Kyle. You and I talked about it. It's like The MLB is different than any other sport because of the roster size. How many MLB players are there on a roster?
43.
Yeah, but Korea's doing it.
But
So
but
there's
Korea,
no issue there so far.
But they have a different policy than us. They're different countries. It's not like Minneapolis is allowing the Twins to play and Florida's not letting the Marlins play. It's the whole country.
They shouldn't.
But I'm just saying, how many players are on a baseball team?
26.
How many coaches are there?
Like 10.
So you're looking at 36 times 2 is 72.
But it's fine. Like, I get it.
So I'm saying, but
that's-
72 plus 4
take that
umpires.
risk, so it doesn't matter.
But for an MLB game to function without fans, you're still putting 100 people in the stadium.
You take the temperatures, make sure they're good, and you're good to go.
But even then, it's so like I want sports back and this. And
Here's the thing, for me, with the
But
way
like it's the same, like football. What if this is going on in September?
then you do the same thing. It's going to suck just as bad. So you either play the sports and you quarantine these people from their families. That's the only way I'm okay with it. An MLB player shouldn't be allowed to play a sport where they're going to be in contact with 100 people, and then go home and see their fucking grandmother, and then she fucking gets coronavirus because he carried it and they have no idea. So either play the sport and they don't get to see their family till it's done, which I guarantee you'd find a lot of players really quickly that wouldn't be interested in playing. I know there's a lot of athletes out there that if they were told they couldn't go home to see their families because of the risk of spreading coronavirus, they wouldn't play.
Yeah, I don't think Verlander would play.
Well, Verlander probably doesn't want to play anyway. Can you blame him? That guy's got so many mirror selfies to take. That was the funniest photo. That photo was so funny. I remember that when it came out. I was scrolling through and I was like, oh. I only wish that a Christian Cavalier Jay Cutler one came out.
They're getting
Same photo,
divorced.
just them.
They should have done a
Did
reenactment.
you see the thing with him when because they're getting divorced?
The mansion.
And she asked him for money to buy a mansion, and he froze all their accounts and told her to get a job.
Which is so funny because she has a job and he doesn't.
She was on that show, Chris Massey, Laguna Beach.
No, she's from the hills, isn't she?
No, so they all started. Well, not all of them. Let me rephrase that.
I don't
Lauren
wanna
Conrad
have this discussion.
and Kristen
Rebecca,
Cavallari started
no,
on
we're a
Laguna
sports
Beach.
Show. We're a sports show. I'm sorry, we can't. Save it for getting Laguna with Beach. Mass is the host.
They have in Massey's house. There's 2 seasons of Laguna Beach in their DVD rack.
And I would not believe that Massey owns either of them.
No,
would believe
Ashley
if you
owns
told me-
them.
if
Yes,
you, now, if
I
you told me
noticed
that
it.
he had the complete series of Dawson's Creek, I'd believe those were Mass's.
When we were downstairs in your basement playing that Code Words game, I was observing your DVD racks, and 2 of them were at Laguna Beach.
So while you guys were playing that game where Rebecca was tied up, she was looking around for an exit strategy. Does anybody want to review their beer by any chance?
I
The
do.
Budweiser's a Budweiser.
Does it taste like Clydesdale?
Yeah.
Mass,
ale.
Mass, how's the lemon tea?
Pretty good.
Would you get it again?
Yeah, I have like 7 more of these downstairs.
How many stars?
4.
Aroma rating?
7.
What? Kendall?
I've had, I'm working on my 5th beer of the show tonight. I started with the Cisco Brewers Whale Tail Pale Ale, which actually I reviewed on my golf show before, very briefly, so I didn't give the full review, but 5.6%. Region brewed in New Hampshire, Portsmouth, but they book it out of Nantucket. $17 for the variety pack, amber color, aromas earthy, floral, same flavor profile. Basically, it's like the weakest IPA you've ever had. It's not bad. It's just it's not really exciting. 2 stars. Maybe would get again. And I've had 2 Bud Light lemon teas, which are pretty blech. and a 2-year-old Blue Point Toasted Lager I'm working on right now.
A 2-year-old.
Well, 1 or 2 years old, but regardless, how old it is isn't
age.
Right.
Kyle?
Fuck. Dropped it. My dog's very good.
I thought you'd like it.
It had my citrus flavor to it that I liked. It wasn't very... Didn't have a lot of, like, booze taste to it. It was very smooth, very, very tasty.
Nice.
Better than mine this week.
I had the Toadstool from Firefly Hollow. Kind of like a flatter nitro stout, 5.5%. Kind of doesn't really have that chalky quality you tend to get from those nitro milk stouts. Not overly chocolatey or overly malty. Just kind of like a blander Gunner's Daughter kind of deal, which we reviewed on the show before. I'd give it 2.5 stars, and I would probably get it again, like on draft or something like that. It's just a kind of run of the mill. Who's with it? Hey, Mark, if people wanted to like find out more about the Gunner's Daughter, how could they listen to more beer reviews?
Well, they can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Getting Sports with Drunk. Twitter is GSWD_4.
Make sure to use the hashtag GSWD for all your daily uses, whether it's Formula One driving off a cliff or cliff diving off of a Formula One driver.
Be sure to subscribe on Podbean, iTunes, Google Play, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. We're also live on Spreaker every week.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Be sure to check out the Peter Pino Show Wednesday night from 7:30 to 10:30. Check out the 4 Live crew. Kendall, who's the other guy?
And the Joe Antonio Show.
Joe Antonio.
Every week.
I can't remember that guy's name.
It's easy. Everything rhymes. Joe Antonio Show.
You know what it is, Kendall? I keep thinking of Phil, like, Antonelli. I can't get that out.
He's thinking of Jose Abreu.
It's Bobby Abreu.
Juan Uribe.
Ooh, that's the second time he's come up.
Yeah. He's coming on the show.
Oh,
Also,
so awesome.
Real quick before we sign off, I'd like to give a shout out. I don't know if you guys saw this. What's the guy from Barstool there? Portnoy?
Oh yeah, David Portnoy.
Yeah. He won the auction to sit and watch the Monday night game with the
yeah, I saw that.
And if you remember from the New England Patriots Atlanta Falcons Super Bowl, he snuck into the Super Bowl with fake press passes.
Yes.
From NFL events.
Oh, so good.
And he has a full line of Fire Goodell merchandise.
They were the ones a couple years back. I think like the Week 1 game was the Chiefs Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
And this was after that Super Bowl, and they wouldn't let Barstool in the stadium, so they went to all the tailgating, and they were handing out the terrible towels with the clown face Goodell.
Yeah.
Eric has one because he was at the game, but they were just going up to people tailgating. They were handing out these flags, and then everyone had them in the stadium for the game.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I hope they televise that because it could be hilarious.
All right. So hopefully by maybe next week we'll have kind of a game plan on when we might be back live in studio, live and in living color, baby.
2021.
And once we're back in studio, got a lot of fun stuff planned already in the works for that. Some in-person stuff that's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah. But other than that, I'm your hostess, Cupcake the Riddler.
I'm Mark.
Sheen Washable.
No, thank you.
Welcome.
I'm Mark.
Sheen Washable.
No, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm the Master Chris Massey.
And I'm Kenny the Rat.
Right.